I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete, well get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth, I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Ha, yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Ha, yeah, I gotta be first. Look, I don't want anyone's sympathy. I understand what it's meant for me. I give my focus and energy. If it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. But mentally, I'm undefeated. They hear that and say I'm conceited. Like there's no reason. Like I don't beat them and come back again just to teach them that when you work under pressure, you reach higher measures. They'll try and bring you down, but you cannot let them, and only get better and focus on cheddar. Eye on the prize and you'll become a legend. Like, when I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete, well get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth, I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Ha, yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Ha, yeah, I gotta be first. They don't know what's gotten into me, how'd I turn pain into energy. Through all the struggle and hurt, remember my worth, and that's why I gotta be first.
dime on the mission, snap any minute, casually winning. Stop tripping on me, stop dissing on me. Yeah, I got a dream, can't take it from me. My fire's burning, now I'm always learning. Tell me where to go, man, I'm on a journey. Yeah, I can't explain it, I get excited. Keep it 300, King Leonidas. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got the time, put me in, coach. I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go train. Gotta get a win, I won't lose the game. This is my year, I ain't gonna break. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
Welcome to the place where dreams come true, where everything you want can be yours, if and only if you're willing to work for them, you're willing to hurt for them, but most of all, you're willing to be first for them. Ha! Look, I'm going straight to the top. I don't know how I would stop, like it or not. I got some goals that I'm hitting. You hear what I'm spitting, it's hot. Look what I got, whole lot of passion and pain. The road to success is insane. Stay out my lane, cause I'm on a mission. I'm getting what stands in my way. Yeah, I'm a beast, I wouldn't play with me, baby. The way that I'm training is crazy and I do it daily. You wanna talk about drive? I got more drive than Mercedes, I've never been lazy. I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete, well get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Ha, yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Ha, yeah, I gotta be first. Look, I don't want anyone's sympathy. I understand what it's meant for me. I give my focus and energy. If it's meant to be, then it's meant to be. But mentally, I'm undefeated. They hear that and say I'm conceited, like there's no reason. Like I don't beat them and come back again just to teach them that when you work under pressure, you reach higher measures. They'll try and bring you down, but you cannot let them, and only get better and focus on cheddar. Eye on the prize and you'll become a legend. Like, when I'm in the room, it's a red alert. You wanna compete, well get better first. I got 10 toes in the dirt, push through the hurt just to show them my worth. I'm the best. Yeah, I'm the best. I never stress. I know what's next. I'm who they test, like we playing chess. But I'm unimpressed, so now let me flex. Ha, yeah, I'ma work through the struggle and hurt, cause I know my worth, and I gotta be first. Yeah, I gotta be first. They don't know what's gotten into me, how'd I turn pain into energy. Through all the struggle and hurt, remember my worth, and that's why I gotta be first.
It's week 3 of the challenge season here for Clash of Clans, and this is a very important week for some of our teams, while others at the top are looking a little bit more comfortable.
One of our top teams, SE Esports, is undefeated and looking to keep that streak alive. Tonight, they play 3 times. They're looking to move to 6-0, Eric.
Absolutely, but right behind them is United Gaming, and they're looking just as hot there, and it's not surprising to see the same teams at the top again.
Suffice to say, it's sure to be an exciting day of competition, so let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snapdragon Pro Series.
Till a player on top, know it. Rooftop, penthouse, sweet. If you really want it, gotta own it. Fight through it, we was at the lowest. Blood, sweat, tears, the components. Riding all year, now's the moment. We are not friends, we are opponents. Yeah, I'm coming for mine. Yeah, I'm making a play, the game on the line. Yeah, I've been on the grind. Yeah, I jump in the spot, I made it my time. Yeah, look in the sky. Yeah, the stars align, no shade to shine. Can't stop it already. Emotional work and devotion, we put in this time. Look, you won't stop.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Snapdragon Pro Series, where we are in week 3 of our challenge season here for Clash of Clans in NA. It's going to be a really exciting day today. I can't wait to get into all of the action. My name is Glitter Explosion. I'm your host for the whole season. And of course, I don't do this alone. We have our wonderful boys in here to cast, but we switched it up a little bit. We brought Eric in, who will be finishing out these last 2 weeks of the challenge season with us. And of course, Bash. Eric, how are you?
It's good to be back here. So very excited to be out in Poland and doing the show again. So I'm hyped up here for the action, Bash.
Yeah, week 3 of Clash of Clans. This is where things usually start to get real interesting. Week 3, it should be a good one. We got a bunch of good wars for you guys.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot for us to talk about here today, as there is every week. But just in case you've missed any of our previous weeks, or you're just joining us here and you want to just get some easy access to what has happened before, check us out on social media, okay? You can go to X, you can go to Insta or Facebook for all updates related to this season on our Snapdragon Pro Series here for Clash of Clans. Or you can join our Discord. You can head on over to discord.gg/Snapdragon Pro Series. You can join our community there, talk all things Clash of Clans, get some more of those updates, and then you don't miss a single second of anything that we have going going on here. And after this week, you might want to make sure you get in there and do that, because today is going to be an important day for a lot of our teams. Now, if you don't know why, or you don't even know how any of this works, if it's somehow your first time here joining us, well, welcome. Let's explain to you how this entire tournament is broken down. It's not that complicated. We're going to have Bash run you through it, who's a complete expert on all things format.
I don't know about complete expert, but let's see what we got here. We start off with an open ladder phase. This time we had a big open ladder where the top 2 teams made it through to challenge, where we're at now. And then we had 16 teams play down to the final 6. And then those 6 joined our top 2 teams. And now we're in the challenge phase, round robin. Every single team is going to play every other team one other time. That's going to give us our top 4 teams for challenge. And then we're going to move on to challenge finals to crown our champion for this season.
Yeah, so of course, we are currently in that main challenge phase of the competition, week 3 out of 4 weeks, so that they can fight for this prize pool that's on the line once they make their way through to those challenge finals, Eric.
Absolutely. Lots of money to play for here, and we love to see it. I mean, we see the same teams consistently make it here, and over season, they're just making more and more money here, so good to see it.
Yeah, right. It's got to be nice. First place, taking home $22.50, not too shabby. But of course, everyone that's here right now, top 8, you mentioned how big that open stage was. To make it here in top 8 in the region at all is an accomplishment. So everyone's going to go home with a little bit of money in their pocket to at least, celebrate this entire challenge season. But now that you know how it works, now that you know what is on the line, we mentioned that this is already 3 weeks in. We'll take a look at the leaderboard so you can see where all of our teams currently stand, because right now we have one flawless, undefeated team in SE Esports at the top of this, Bash.
Yeah, they're looking really hot. This is a big week for them. They could technically qualify for challenge finals this week. Right behind them, we got United Gaming. Their only loss to SE Esports. Omni hot on their trails. They're going to open up against SE. We'll talk about that. It's just a really stacked lineup here in the middle, but down towards the bottom, that's where things could get interesting, and this is a big week for some of those bottom teams.
And nobody's mathematically eliminated yet here, so any team could still make it through to the next phase of the competition here. So the teams at the bottom got to play hard, and the teams at the top just got to coast their way in, and hopefully they don't throw, and they're right there. So they just got to continue all the way through later.
Yeah, that's why we keep saying that this is such an important week, though, because that 4th place bubble, we're looking at 4th, 5th, 6th right now. We stay active, Underworld X and Push Canada in that area. They need to have some really good wars, because if Push goes flawless and then say we stay active somehow really fumbles the bag, then there's a possibility that we could see some ranking shakeups there. So we'll have to keep our eyes on all of these teams and see how everything goes in their wars here today. That's why today's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see how all of it works. But if you're wondering what wars we're going to be seeing here on stream, let's take a look at the schedule and show you guys how today is going to specifically work. As always, if you've been here before, then you know how this works. We do 4 wars on stream with 3 off stream, but we have good wars on both of these schedules here, Bash.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting off with SE Esports against Omnipotence, and we'll see the off-stream matches in a second. We got Underworld X playing twice off-stream. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish we saw Underworld X on broadcast tonight, but that's okay. These things happen.
Yeah, but we got 2 teams playing in the middle of the pack there, like Omni and Method of Madness, both taking on SE Esports. It's like bookending our show today. I think both of those are going to be very, very big matchups that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, not to mention we also have to be keeping our eyes on Push. You saw one matchup there with Push, but we will also see a second one here off stream. And Push is one of those teams that's around that bubble area, Bash, that really has to have a solid performance here today. And one of them is against SE.
Yeah, it's a tough week for these teams going up against SE Esports. We've seen how dominant they are. They've taken everyone out in commanding position. They've had, the lowest score is 14. So you got to put up big numbers when you're playing SE.
Absolutely. I'm always a little bit nervous at this stage of the competition. I feel like every season we have one team that is at a 3-win and like 1 or 0 losses, right? And then they go on a losing streak and then not making it through. So like, I don't know what's going to happen here. It feels like every season, it seems like something like that happens. So I'm just saying it happens and it's not unheard of.
Wow, Eric with some bold statements. I personally don't see that happening with SC. I mean, they have 2 perfects, they have a 14-star, and they're like, these guys are looking like they're going to come to play.
Listen, this is why we have a lot to talk about. And we keep highlighting SE Esports as well. But in the intro, Eric mentioned we also have United Gaming, a squad that we expect a lot of big things out of there. The second team on the top of that leaderboard, a team that a lot of people are going to be afraid to go up against. Well, we got a chance to catch up with United Gaming, specifically Ninj from the team, to speak to him a little bit about his experience here in the challenge season and how they're feeling as a team overall.
Hi, my name is Ninj. I play for United Gaming and I'm 16 years old. And right now I'm based in South Carolina, but like I was born in India, so that's where I was born in. I think our team's biggest strength has to be that we're all mature and we know how to handle some match situations that probably our opponents don't know how to. For example, if we're down 2 triples in the first 3 attacks, we're not just going to sit there and be like, damn, the match is over. We're going to pick it back up and we're going to end strong and get that W. I think the key factor of United Gaming's success is definitely the people, because once again, everyone's just super nice to each other, always motivating each other, and they know how to handle match situations that other people who don't have that much experience don't know how to. And especially like our managers even, they do a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't see, but they play a crucial part in keeping the team motivated and just doing well in these tournaments. During these like high pressure matches or whatnot, like pressure is something that obviously comes naturally, but in order to keep it under control, you really need like good teammates to help calm you down and basically just guide you through your hit, even though they're not actually doing your hit. Just having them in your ears and just having them say that like this part of the attack is going fine, you need to work on this part soon. Like just having that one guy that you can trust to just let you know that you need to start doing something if you forgot it, that's just like the biggest part. And I think that our team does a great job at that, because at any point during a match, if someone says that they like a base and they want to go early, then there's always someone else who's willing to spot that person who goes early, and then they would reconvene with each other and go over the other person's plan. So that's a big part. So for my playstyle, I would say that most of the time I'm usually going towards the end of the war or super early in the war. And this honestly just depends on the strategy that I'm doing or like a specific base style the enemy team is running on. Well, I'm not going to tell you which base style I struggle on the most, but some of you probably know. But if it's a certain base style that I really like and that I can do early on in a war, I'll just go early and help the team out, and yeah, I'll just hopefully get the 3-star. For teams that I consider to be our biggest rivals, I would definitely say that Savage Elite and United Gaming Nebula, they're definitely like our biggest opponents that we think about. But at the end of the day, you know, it's Town Hall 16 and we really can't be judging any team by how they've been playing at Town Hall 15. So every opponent is a threat and we're going to be doing equal preparations for all of them. And in order to better hand ourselves, we're going to be focusing a lot more on defense as well, because I don't think offense will be the biggest concern. Hopefully I'm not foreshadowing anything bad here. The most memorable moment while playing Clash of Clans for me was probably in the Snapdragon Pro Series Season 2 in Seattle. When we were out there, we got a perfect war on stage against formerly Affiliate Esports, and that was just a great feeling. You know, we all went out that night, had a great dinner, started talking about the next day and stuff, and it was just like a great vibe that we had going on in the team at that point. So yeah, that's probably the most memorable moment for me at the moment. Our journey through the qualifiers hasn't been as gruesome as some of our opponents are going to have, because we qualified from the ladder stage and we were number 2 seeded, and I would say that we had a pretty chill journey because it was just us and SE Esports at the top, and it wasn't that challenging, I would say, but we did have some losses and we know the teams that have beaten us in the past, and we're looking forward to get our revenge on them in challenge. So for this season of Snapdragon Pro Series, I think you can definitely expect United Gaming to be there in the finals, hopefully, if everything goes well. And we're gonna be trying our best to make it an easier and not complicated route like we did in Season 2. In advice that I can give to aspiring Clash of Clans leaders right now, I would definitely say it's probably the best time to start a clan and get into esports, because Town Hall 16 is a lot more giving And I would say that if you have 5 motivated guys, you can definitely get a team going, and especially for the Snapdragon Pro series we have, for maybe a future season, you could definitely get to the top if you just have the right amount of commitment and motivation in your team. So it's probably the best time to start, just start. That's pretty much all there is. If the more you experience, the better you'll get and the more success you'll get. Some final thoughts for all of y'all watching right now. I just want to say that, keep on cheering for us. We see you out there, and we're going to do our best to make you proud. And I just want to give a quick shout out to our wonderful casters we have at the Snapdragon Pro Series here. I met a few of them in Finland. It was a wonderful time, Did a few magic tricks, lost my brain cells. Amazing.
Okay, there's a lot to take away from that interview that I want to talk about. I don't think we have the time to do that. We'd start talking about our first match, but that was really, really cool to be able to hear from Ninj.
Yeah, Ninja's, I've got to meet him a couple times now. Really good kid. I mean, you can see really well composed there, but he's right. It's the era of everyone. If you guys want to get into esports, this is the perfect circuit to do that, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, for what would be considered a rookie like him, he's definitely been making a big splash, and he's joined a lot of big esports teams, and he's very young as well. So definitely a good time to get into it.
And he's been crushing it for UG as well. So Ninj, thank you so much for that interview. It was really fun for us to get a chance to listen to and get some insight more on just who you are as a person and the squad as well. But now it's time to start talking about match number 1. You see it behind us, Omnipotence versus SE Esports. We are coming out the gate hot with this matchup here, Bash.
Yeah, big war for Omni here, but SE Esports, we already know their story. Everyone's already hyping up SE Esports, but I think the bigger story in this war is going to be Omnipotence. How do they handle our top team? We got Troy Gomar, Zenny, TJ, Genghis Khan, Jack, Oscar Gonzalez, Joey, and Goose going up against this SE Esports team that is just stacked to the ceiling. But this is a big war for them. This could almost be make or break, Eric.
Yeah, SE just kind of gathered all the top players across North America and brought them all into one team. So their roster is just ridiculously stacked right now, and it's very exciting to see them play here. But I think Omni could definitely put up a good fight against them. And I mean, Town Hall 16, like Ninja was saying, it can be a little bit forgiving there, and you really got to have some good bases and be ready to defend.
Yeah, and Omni was definitely a squad that we expected to be in that top 3 spot, but going up against what we saw in a near perfect, literally perfect, an entire day SE Esports, that has to be intimidating.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to go up against this team. Van, BJG, Damien, Jesus. It's crazy, but it looks like we're already into the action. Eric, we got to get over to the desk. Joey and Goose is in with a Root Rider attack to get us going here. This is a big war for both of these squads. Let's see what they got. All right, here we go. Everything is in. We're moving. We're on the move here. Battle Blimp is going in, and it looks like we're going to have maybe a super minion bomb here, Eric, with only 4 invisibilities. That doesn't really lend itself to a super archer bomb. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, it is super minion, but he had caught a couple of those balloons in there.
Yeah, the balloons survived way longer than they were expected to, and he didn't even use the Warden to deliver them. So very, very surprising they made it that far to the base, but they are able to destroy the clan castle. They're able to get the Eagle Artillery down. They continue on the left side there, and he's all set up for Root Riders to go join with the heroes. Electro Titan into the mix there to make sure that he can power through any remaining CC and get through any ground skellies that maybe pop in. But, I mean, I really like the setup here. It burned up a lot of his spells, but he has a couple more on standby, and he's got a lot of tools to work with here.
Maybe could have got just a little bit more out of those super minions if those balloons didn't get cloned, but I think the value was really nice there. I mean, we were on the move to the other studio, so we didn't see all of it, but the Roots are looking really strong here. Remember, those Root Riders, the brand new troop introduced at Town Hall 16, they are available at Town Hall 15, but as they move through, they're just going to destroy those walls, and they're going to target all of those defenses, which will open things up so the Queen can get this Town Hall.
On top of that, I don't know if you saw, but there was a healing tome and Eternal Tome on the Warden here, so as he goes invincible through the Town Hall, he's going to go ahead and heal up the Root Riders as he goes through the poison. That keeps everybody alive and continues to have the tanking out in front of him as he does take a ton of damage there as he soaks the poison, but he can just walk his way through it. The King doing a fantastic job on the outside of the base. Their World Champion joins in down south, and they can work together. The King still has his ability. This is looking very, very good, especially if the King pops that ability, surges forward, and gets that defensive Queen down, and he's already got a Headhunter still on standby.
I didn't see the hero equipment, but I'm assuming there's going to be a giant gauntlet in there, which will reduce some of that damage the King's going to take. But with all 3 heroes having ability here, this is looking like a strong start for Omnipotence, and this is what you got to do. When you're facing this this SE Esports team, you have to come out and get 3 stars right off the rip, and Omni is looking to do just that, and it's going to be a 3-star for Joey and Goose, as the King is going to go ahead and tank for the Queen. She's a little bit low, but with only 1 Archer Tower, this is going to be a 3-star.
Easy push into the backside of the base there. I mean, he just wrapped around that without a problem. I really like the Super Minion and Super Archer bombs in the meta right now. I think both of those are very, very effective at setting up this style of attack. And then the Root Riders just open up the whole base there. They provide so much tanking and provide so much access for the heroes, and then just throw in a good set of ward equipment, and you can just coast your way through. Very, very nice job here from Omnipotence, but now we get to pass it over to this all-star roster, undefeated on the other side, and we get to see what SE Esports can do.
One thing I think you pointed out here, Eric, that was really nice is he didn't commit that Warden to the battle blimp here. And I think that's a big thing. When you have that Warden available to follow those roots in, roots have a ton of hit points. So when you have the Warden in there and you have that healing tome along with that internal tome, it's just going to keep that tanking alive to push through the town hall here.
Yeah, I also like that since he landed right at the clan castle and nothing really came out of there. I think it was mostly just some mainly ground targeting CC like Ice Golems or Lava Hound, because I didn't see much pop out of that defensive clan castle. And so if you only have air troops go into that range, then you destroy the building, then the rest of the troops can never deploy. And that definitely helps him out a lot there, and made so he never had to fight at all, never got slowed down, and he was able to just march his way across.
A lot of times with those root attacks or the Electro Titan attacks, or kind of a mix of the both, we have those Ice Golems in there. We saw that last week, and even the week before. When you got 2 Ice Golems or even 3 Ice Golems in there, it can really stall things up and cause a lot of damage. But getting that out with that Minion Bomb was really nice. So Omni's starting us off with the 3-star. We know SE Esports can respond, and it's going to be up to BJG Baller coming in with a Zap Lalo. We did miss the Zap, but it looks like he got a Sweeper out, multi-target Inferno, and maybe the Archer Tower over there as we check out the hero equipment.
Yeah, multi-Archer Tower right there. So, I mean, that multi-Archer Tower is almost as dangerous as an Inferno, just a little bit less there, but you get multiple of them at Tunnel 16, so any way that you can deal with them is going to set you up here much nicer. But typically when we do the Zap into Lalo attacks here, we create a hole in the base there with lightning, and then we need the heroes to connect to the hole that was created. So very, very important that the heroes break the ring at that Wizard Tower. That'll be the break in the ring, and that'll make so that all of the balloons stay off to the left side of the hole and then wrap around. That is going to be tricky for the Town Hall takedown, but he has a blimp on standby, and it looks like he'll be coming in from that far left side there, and he will come in behind the sweeper here.
I thought he was starting the Lalo really early, but it looks like he just put in a few balloons and a Lava Hound just to take out that corner so that the Lalo can path right through this top side. He does have that Battle Blimp selected, so he can use the Warden's ability and pair with that to send it all the way through the Town Hall and go right in behind the air sweeper right there as well. Super miners out of the CC. Not something we see, but they can actually be pretty devastating if they get locked on some heroes.
Yeah, they can wreck a Queen Charge in a hurry there, but I like that also the Ice Hound popped on the way through to freeze up the multi-Arch Tower, but as soon as the Hound arrives on the backside of the base there, under Ward Ability Protection on his travel through, that he has more balloons and the Road Champion joining up there, but watch out for that Ricochet Cannon. It can quickly shut the Road Champion down and kill the Spirit Fox, and it could be big trouble for him, but a lot of the balloons there die to the core, but more wrapped around outside there. They got the haste into the backside. There's the freeze. RC still on the ground there, but there are some threats, and he needs to get past his Monolith that I think he might have wanted to start of the attack there, but RC the first to arrive. Go invisible, and she's gone, and she's got it. BJG Baller will start off with a triple for SE Esports, and that means both of them have one on the board.
Eric, that Spirit Fox, the newest pet to Clash Clans, is crazy strong on the Royal Champion, and we see why right there. It keeps that Royal Champion hidden away. We used to see Diggy a ton on the Royal Champion, but that Spirit Fox comes in and makes that Royal Champion invisible for 4 seconds at a time. It is crazy. Really just a well thought out plan here from BJG. I love watching his attacks. His Lalos are executed so beautifully, and that's just the story here today. Another beautiful attack, so we're all square here. 3-3 for these two squads.
Yeah, using a Yeti bomb there for the Town Hall takedown. I like that, as long as you have the CC dealt with there, because if you have just extra Clan Castle troops that are pulled out there, usually it's not a problem to Lalo. Usually it's a bigger problem in a Dragon attack there, because if you have like Ice Golems or Lava Hounds unnecessarily pulled an attack like that, they could go out and potentially intercept the Road Champion. But there were Super Miners there on defense, and so we're seeing a lot of people actually running Super Miners on defense. It's becoming very, very common. After a big tournament the other day, we had a a tournament swing from Super Miners on defense that killed a Queen charge, and everybody lost their mind, and then everybody started running Super Miners on defense after that.
Yeah, I mean, those Super Miners, it doesn't seem like they would be super impactful, but that when they explode, that damage is insane. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We haven't seen that yet, but like you mentioned, that's kind of been a new development in the meta. I mean, Town Hall 16 is, what, a month and a half, if that old? So everyone's still trying to figure out what's going to work, what's going to shut down some of this offense, because offense is kind of running the meta right now.
Yeah, it's all just kind of figuring out what new levels on what specific things are going to have a big impact. And that new level on Miners definitely was doing some work there. He didn't do anything in that attack there, obviously.
Yeah.
They just kind of went off and attack some headhunters who outran him, and they just kind of chilled. But they didn't cause any problems with the Road Champion, and he got the triple. And now we're tied up here as we begin our second exchange. Oscar Gonzalez going to be diving in with a Root Rider attack of his own. We have a very high-level Giant Gauntlet. Interesting they decided to run the Barbarian Puppet with that instead of the Rage Vial, but it looks like base coming on the Queen, and Warden, I would assume either Rage Gem with Eternal Tome or Healing Tome. He opts for the Healing Tome, but everybody's still breaking out the Eternal Tome there, regardless of what other piece of equipment they run with it.
I've noticed that Healing Tome seems like it's kind of the go-to for these Root Rider attacks. And then if you're running an air attack, maybe then you're going to run like the Rage Gem on there. But it's the Healing Tome. I love it. I mean, personally, I've been using it, and it's just so nice. But let's check out this Queen charge here. She takes out the enemy King. He is going to have to keep an eye on this Monolith, as he's going to pull out some Clan Castle troops as well. This is probably going to be the highest damage area for the Queen. So if he can manage this, he should be okay. He's just going to set up all the pathing. Nice freeze. And he's keeping this Queen marching, but he needs a Rage. There it is.
Yeah, just going to get past the defensive heroes now. That's next here. He steps in with an invisibility, and here goes another wall break there. But the Queen was invisible, but she does pick the tanking back up the right time there. The wall breaker is successful. Wall breaker going in, but the other one gets sniped out there. But he got the most important wall break there. Or is it the most important wall break? That gives him access to move forward there, but not really engage any other major defenses. I think the Queen is going to ultimately split off to the right or left there, and it looks like she's going to the right there, and Root Rider's coming from the left. So she'll go off and do her own thing over there, and we'll see what the Root Rider's going to do as they dive in with the King and Road Champion and Warden supporting and a Blimp to sail across and try to secure the talent takedown.
So he'll use a Warden ability to go ahead and protect that Battle Blimp. Perfect timing there, as two Seeking Air Mines would have destroyed that Battle Blimp, but now the Battle Blimp's on its way for the Town Hall. CC is already dealt with a Queen charge, so it's just a standard Yeti Bomb Clan Castle. We do have the Royal Champion in there with the King, with the Roots. Queen does go to ability on the right side, but she's still fine. She has a lot of damage over there with that Rage Tower going off, but she still should be pretty healthy. Spells are starting to thin out, but he's got a lot remaining.
We'll watch the Road Champion. Road Champion, whoop, nope. She goes invisible from the Spirit Fox. The single Inferno was locked onto him for a second, but over the right side without the Queen ability, which he burned early. He does lose his Queen, but the healers transfer over. Multi-Arch Tower doing some work to try to take them down, but the RC has picked up the healers there, frees up the defense in the area there, and the healers are looking to survive, but he lost the Spirit Fox, but he's still moving here. He's just kind of slowing down a bit here. This Ricochet Cannon Expo combination will make or break this attack right now.
And if he can get the bomb tower down, the Roots should pop out in front and open everything up for the King. King does have a healer or two on him. Roots, was it 2 or 3 Roots right in there? 3 Roots in there are still pretty beefy. With the King, I don't think you need a King ability there, but it will provide a little bit of tanking.
He has to get it for the time right now.
I didn't see time. I'm looking at the King, but look, oh man, the King is going so slow under Giant. We normally see Rage there. Oh, yeah. It's close. Come on, Oscar. It's close.
I mean, the Barbarians raised himself there, so they split and got some cleanup over the left side there. Critical cleanup right there. He's got the Hog up top there. Hog working on the Rage Tower, but he's going to end up falling short. Just barely bashed. Oscar Gonzalez with the 98% time fail. And now, SE Esports, who's had multiple perfect wars in the earlier stages of this tournament, is now going to have a chance to pull ahead.
Eric, I gotta ask you, do you think if King has Rage Gem there, it's enough to get through?
I don't think it would have made a difference there, honestly. I think that the King, well, he would have been able to move faster there, but his Barbarians rage up themselves. Yeah. Like, the Rage Vial is only for the King.
Right.
The Barbarian Puppet will spawn Raged Barbarians, and so when they split, he actually got more cleanup done faster as a result there because they were going everywhere.
Gotcha. That's one of the tough things we're still trying to figure out here with Town Hall 16. What is the right hero equipment? I mean, I don't think there's a definitive do this, do that. I think it's a little bit of personal preference, a little bit of what the base is giving you, what your attack is doing. So I like seeing a little bit of a mix-up there with Oscar Gonzalez. 98% though, the time fail, it's always a heartbreaker.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a big opportunity now for SE Esports, and the way that they've been playing so hot, they'll send in Van, and we'll see if he can take advantage of it. It is an anti-2-star base. We see the Lightning going down on the right side, able to pick up the, I guess, multi-Inferno. He's got the multi-Archer tower, bomb tower, and Rage tower all being taken out there on that right side. And then it looks like you'll just go ahead and dive the heroes in. A simple funnel there, just one layer deep, and that sets up the King. The King's going to stay north there once he goes into the base there, and the Queen will wrap in there with him. But he's probably not going to be able to reach the Town Hall with his entry with the heroes. He should be able to push all the way up towards the Monolith. He'll just need the Lalo to join in there to actually support the heroes, because he does not want to be pushing them in through the Lalo or through the Monolith by themselves. So he wants to support, and he'll need that blimp to sail across to secure the town takedown. And if it misses it, that could be trouble.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a risk, but also kind of calculated into the battle plan here for Van. King is surging forward into that Monolith. King's going to go ahead and go to Phoenix now. He's going to go ahead and push that Queen inside. We'll have to see that Lalo coming over top. Electro Titan, Headhunter, and a few archers out of the clan castle. Queen shouldn't have too much issue with them. Pops Queen ability to get through that Electro Titan, and here comes the balloons right over top of that, along with the Royal Champion. Now, the biggest part, Eric, you talked about it, is going to be this Battle Blimp. This Battle Blimp has to land and take this Town Hall down, or else things could get dicey, especially with the Royal Champion already being in.
Yeah, Queen loses to Unicorn there. She's threatened. She's getting targeted by the Monolith, but she does take it down there. There's ward ability protecting the entire pack there, but misses that Lava Hound going off to the left side there, which means it's going to arrive into the defensive Queen there and take all the traps right there. It's going to burst really quickly, but he does reallocate the poison over onto the Queen. He is able to secure the talent takedown, and now his biggest threat are these multi-Infernos, and it's going to be slow pathing to get its way into him. Road Champion is stalled up at the moment there, and she's going to have to be in charge of clearing out these most critical defenses of the court, but he's going to be ending onto a multi-Inferno after he gets through there, and his Road Champion will not be able to assist right there because of this defensive King blocking his path.
Spirit Fox is down, so the Queen, or the Royal Champion rather, is not really going to be able to dodge that King. Multi-target Inferno is now dealing tons of damage. He does put a couple balloons down on this air defense. If they can get that, it'll be massive. Oh, air defense remains, but it still has 3-4 balloons in there with a full Warden. Oh, there goes a big pack of balloons, but it's going to be enough to get the bow. There's no air targeting defenses aside from that air defense. He's got time. I think he's got enough. With the King going down, it's going to be close.
Yeah, I mean, that air defense can claim a lot of these. There's a lot of small troops here, but the Warden is going to just take his time getting there, and he's got the Electric Owl out in front of him, so he's got a little bit of an insurance plan out in front of him, and he can shield for a little bit there, but the air defense is about to start picking away here. 20 seconds on the clock, and he has to not just take their defense down, which looks like the Warden one-shots right there, but time is becoming a big issue here. And remember, it was a 98% there on the miss from Omni. So if this doesn't reach that mark there, then it could swing the Ward, but it looks like he has the Warden picking off that storage. That'll get 99 and 100. He does pull through. Not a lot of time left there, but a triple's a triple, and he'll take it.
Never a doubt, Eric. Never a doubt in Van's mind that was going to get through. Those two balloons he put in from the bottom actually end up saving that attack. They got both kind of drop on there. The second balloon gets a second drop, which made that air defense one-shottable from the Warden. Yeti Bomb in the Clan Castle took it all down. I won't lie, I was a little bit worried about this even getting to the back end with that multi over there and the multi on the backside. It was a lot for these balloons to get through without a lot of support, but they end up getting it, and it's another triple for SE Esports. These guys are on fire.
Yeah, imagine if you had like one extra balloon to go to that air defense right there. We'd be looking at a lot more overkill on that one there, but I mean, he's able to coast his way through. It looked a little bit shaky there on the backside. He lost a lot. He lost all the balloons, and if you're able to just get down to just a couple of slow firing point defenses like that, then the minions of pups can carry through, and you really can't discount what that Warden is able to do there. Like, even when he's by himself there, that high-level Warden does an insane amount of damage there with Electric Owl adding to that and tanking for him. Like, it's no wonder he's able to power through. But now, with their team trailing, Troy Gomar going in for Omni, level 20 Giant Gauntlet, base equipment for the Queen, and Warden looking like he's running the Healing Tome for Super Bowlers. That tends to be what most people are aiming for there. Healing Tome on Super Bowlers does very, very good because of the fact that we don't want to run like a Rage Gem if we're already going to be burning a whole bunch of Rages. And typically, we want the higher damage output there, so we're going to run Rage spells and just try to keep the Bowlers alive with the Warden equipment.
Here we go, setting up the pathing with the King up top, and he's going to send everything right through. Now, this is going to be a long, risky path here, but he is going to use a log launcher. Here it is, log launcher from the top side, which will assist in opening everything up. He also has that jump spell in there, which can get through that initial set of defenses to get to those multi-arch tower, but he's got to cut this pathing off on the right side. He's going to use the king ability, or actually not use the king ability. That's a rage down to try to surge ahead. Is the jump down? I don't see any jump here. He's using the log launcher to open that up, but oh, got to keep an eye on it. If it doesn't get open, all right, there we go. It's open, so everything's going to have access, and then he's going to use that jump to get to the town hall.
I think that's why a lot of people like to just add in a random earthquake into this attack here, just to make so that core opens up. But there's the ward ability with the Eternal Tome and Healing Tome boosting up the core, and a lot of troops being protected right there. The healers under rage, they're getting a nice big boost, and even if they hit some traps, they are also getting healed up there. But the king pops his ability, surges forward under Giant Gauntlet, and will secure the town hall takedown. But he's losing some bullets over the right side, and that's going to be a little bit of a problem. That Expo and World Champion stay standing at a very little amount of HP, but looks like he's in a little bit of a regroup to the left side there. But he's lost a lot here as he makes his way towards the defensive king, the Monolith, and Tesla Farm, and the Ricochet Cannon. Lots of heat there in that bottom corner. He has to survive through it and still have enough to make his way into the right-hand corner.
Ooh, Rage Spell goes down for the Royal Champion to help surge her through. The big defense here is the King right there. The King with the Monolith is massive. Ricochet Cannon can do a lot of damage as well, as it's going to go ahead and take out that Headhunter. Royal Champion on the backside is taken down just a little bit. The only ability he has left is the Royal Champion here, but with Royal Champion having Spirit Fox, I like his chances of actually pushing through here. The bowlers split on him a little bit, but the heroes kind of regroup. It should be fine.
Yeah, he's going invisible with that Spirit Fox there, passing the tanking over to other heroes and giving the Royal Champion chances to preserve her ability. If that ability can go off and get lined up to hit that Expo, then I think he's got this. I don't know how he lined up right there. I think he's going to pop it like as he goes to the Multi-Inferno. He pops it right there. It does hit the Expo. Very, very big deal right there. And Troy Gomar just needs to beat the clock on this one, and he's going to carry through for another triple for Omni and put the pressure back onto SE Esports.
I like what this Omni team is doing. They are hanging toe-to-toe, blow-to-blow. SE Esports might have some formidable competition here in this Omni Esports team. The only difference in this war is what, maybe 2-3 seconds on the last attack from Oscar Gonzalez, where it was a 98% time fail. Troy Gomar gets through here with a beautiful smash attack on Peivu's base. Nice. Now, SE Esports is still up, but they do pretty much have to triple here to maintain that lead.
Yeah, absolutely. But I like the bowlers at Town Hall 16. Like, they are very, very strong right now. And that Healing Tome mixed with it, like, if you're a fan of the Healing Tome and a fan of smash attacks, I think it is time to break out the bowlers. I mean, the Root Riders are also really, really good there if you want to activate super bowlers if you're Scrooge for the Dark Elixir there. But, I mean, if you got the little to spare there, you got a Super Troop Potion. I mean, super bowlers are looking hot right now, and they're hot across all Town Hall levels, so I really like to see that in action.
Well, if you remember, at the end of Town Hall 15, Super Bowlers were pretty meta. I mean, we saw a lot of top Legends League leaderboard pushers using Super Bowler Smash. We saw it in a lot of esports wars. So Super Bowlers were kind of good coming into Town Hall 16 and only get better. It's going to be up to Max next. Like I said, we need a pretty much 3-star. Technically, a 98% would tie the war, but anything less than that, and Omnipotence will be in the lead. We got a Rage Gem on this Warden, Eric, here, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a Warden walk maybe into recall, or is he going to recall the Royal Champion at the bottom here? This is interesting.
He's got a lot of invisibility there, so he could... You know what he's doing here? He's doing a Warden walk on one side of the base. He's doing a Spirit walk into the bottom there, just alternating invisibility and Spirit Fox invisibility on the Royal Champion as she makes her way through. If she can make her way through that area, take out the Eagle Artillery, take no damage there, burns the rage to get through faster, continues to use that, but the biggest kicker of a Spirit Charge is he's able to, or Spirit Walk, whatever you want to call it there, he's able to recall before he burns the World Champion ability, after he takes all those things there, and he doesn't waste any resources. So now ability's still intact, RC's still a full HP, and he can redeploy here later. All that's invested into that is spells, and the Warden Walk was making its way all the way through and taking advantage of all that time being spent during the Spirit Walk.
That is insane. Beautiful plan here from Max. Oh man, I don't know if I would even be able to handle multitasking like that, but Max does it well. Like you said, the Royal Champion does get recalled, so she'll be available for later. Now he's gonna get this Town Hall down, which he'll do with the heroes and those roots, using that Warden ability, and here comes that Royal Champion on the top side of the base, redeployed there with full health in her ability. Beautiful opener, let's see if he can finish it.
I like that this baby dragon down there working on the defensive king, but a battle drill in the very top of the base there, getting the stun onto the Monolith. He's got a skeleton spell on the Monolith, completely shutting that down, marches his way way through the core of the base there. Rage Jump boosting everybody's damage by 50% there. Most importantly, the heroes. King takes the lead there with the Giant Gauntlet, and Bash, this is completely crushed. That was probably one of the most unique and one of the highest skilled Spirit Walks I have seen in Clash of Clans esports yet, and Max delivers. What an absolute boss, and the defending champion of this tournament, the leader of the team when they won out in Seattle last season. Very, very nicely done, and a huge pickup as he keeps his team in the lead.
Eric, I know we're only 6 attacks into this week, but I'm nominating that for Attack of the Week right now. That was so cool, man. There's so much value from the Royal Champion just getting in there, getting the Eagle Artillery. That takes just a skill level that I can't comprehend right now. Having the Warden Walk and that RC do that, beautiful plan for Max.
Yeah, and I also like the Rage Gem with the Warden Walk because, like, even though the Rage Gem doesn't actually boost the Warden himself's damage, it boosts his pet's damage, and it also is able to boost the healing output. So you say multitasking, but honestly, the Warden was kind of set it and forget it, and he was able to just keep himself alive there with all the extra healing output of all the healers that were ultimately just going to join with everybody else anyways. And the Warden forms half of the funnel, the Spirit Walk forms the other half of the funnel, and they all combine to the Root Riders and then are reinforced on the backside there with the redeployment.
You're right, and a lot of times we see that with some of these smash attacks where you're opening up with a Warden Walk, you use that Rage Gem, and you don't really have to worry about it. You're right, set it and forget it, so to speak, but man, just a beautifully executed attack. And now, SC Esports keeps their lead. We are 5 out of 6 3-stars in this war, but the miss is a 98% time fill. It is back and forth. One major error from SC Esports could really leave the door open for Omni to win this one.
I mean, only a minor error would really swing it because it's literally just a time fail. It's 2 buildings right now separated. 2 buildings from a time fail is all that splits these teams right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I had high hopes for Omni coming into our challenge phase, but I'm not going to lie, I didn't think they would hang in there this tough with SC Esports. I mean, I know we got a lot of war left, but I love what I'm seeing from this Omni Esports team. I don't say that in a negative light. I say that in a very positive light because seeing a team like Omni come in here and do this against our top team is amazing. Jax coming in with a Queen charge into Lalo. Pretty standard setup. We do have the Healing Tome. Ooh, look at that. Max Healing Tome and Eternal Tome on the Warden. So it looks like a pretty standard setup for a Queen charge into Lalo. We'll have to see if Jack does anything crazy, but Battle Blimp selected. Everything looks really standard here.
I like to see the Healing Tome. We see a lot of the pro players using Healing Tome instead of Life Gem with the Lalos recently, and it is very effective here, but he needs to get the setup here, and that means this Queen is delaying her healers until after the Queen is actually taking damage there. So does not want the healer transfer to go over to the King, and with the King forming the funnel right there, clearing out some of those internal defenses, and as he goes down here, he'll get the full CC pull. The big difficulty right now is going to be the defensive King and the Clan Castle troops engaging him while he's trying to get to this Monolith. So it's going to be a slow punch in here. He's got ground skellies distracting as well, but the King did a pretty good job of anchoring down some of the CC troops and get them dealt with, but most of them are going to go in there and push at the Queen right now, and so she's in a little bit of danger right now as he tries to, once he gets through there, take the turn into the town hall while that invisibility tower is working to reset.
He's using that Yeti right there to go ahead and cut off that path to push that Queen inside. We'll have to see if it is enough because it is only a 1-tile opening there. Here comes a Lalo from the right-hand side. That will force the Queen to go back in here. Battle Blump's going to go for the town hall. I thought he was going to send the Queen for the town hall. She'll actually just follow through that compartment and clear everything else out. So actually not a bad thing in there. Lalo's starting to push through here. The second Lava Hound's going to go all the way through. Look at the air defense placement on this, kind of making those Lava Hounds zigzag back and forth through the base. Still has a few balloons and the Royal Champion, but a lot of base remains.
Yeah, I got to get to that very, very top quarter. That's the most critical part. So he's got some balloons up in there. He's got the Royal Champion moving through. That was what the motion was up there, but he's going to turn the Royal Champion into a mini Spirit Walk there as he just uses one invisibility, alternating with that Spirit Fox invisibility, but he lost a lot of balloons there as he made his way into all the splash damage across the top here. I don't know, Bash. I think this is looking like it's starting to slow down a little too much here to make it through, as the Queen ability is all that he has left here for utility.
Yeah, man. I don't know, maybe he could have been a little bit more patient and have the Queen go for the Town Hall, maybe use a Stone Slammer. It's hard to say when you're leaving the Eagle up that far or that late into the attack. It is always tough, but it is definitely going to be a miss here for Omnipotence. Oh, man, I hope I didn't jinx those guys, but really just Lalo just kind of got ate alive. I think the air defense placement on this base really didn't allow for a lot of cross-tanking for those Lava Hounds. They kind of went left, right. They didn't really stay with the packs of balloons there, and ultimately they just get ate alive by these multi-target Archer Towers and the Inferno Towers there as well. It's going to be 88% on the miss.
Yeah, now I have to question that blimp because the Queen was on a path to go secure the town takedown. So this blimp right here was a little bit puzzling because the Queen was going to take it anyway. So I have to wonder if there was a different siege machine that he could have used that maybe could have been better, because that felt like it was just effectively swag because the Queen was going to get there regardless.
Maybe even a battle drill over on that cannon about 2 o'clock. Could have been effective with the Royal Champion as she came through the top side. Maybe a Stone Slammer in there if you didn't want to commit to a ground troop. Hard to say. You know, we're here at the desk commentating. We're not attacking. So easy for us to commentate on it. But you're right. The Battle Blimp, I think, was swag there. The Queen was headed for the Town Hall. Would have had no issue taking it down with pretty much everything dealt with in that area. So it's a tough miss. 88%. Now they have to get a miss from SE Esports, and it's got to be a pretty big miss for them. Really, they need 2 misses, and they got to finish out with a 3-star.
Yeah, I wonder if like a battle drill being tossed in with that Royal Champion up there could have ended up pulling through. I just kind of passing the tanking back and forth there, share their HP pool, and then dump out some Yetis or something like that. That could have done some work there. It's hard to say, but that's all hindsight's 2020, as they say. And now let's move into SE Esports. And now with an opportunity to get 2 stars into the lead, go into the final exchange. Peivu diving in with a Queen charge into Lalo. Level 20 Giant Gauntlet right there. Basic equipment to the Queen, and looks like Warden once again, and a Lalo running the Healing Tome. Also maxed out that Royal Champion Seeking Shield as well, so he'll go ahead and start off with a blimp to go in and secure the... Oh, nope, just kidding. Will not secure the model. The Queen will sustain damage right there, and he misses the freeze as well. Peivu making mistakes here and giving Omni a chance.
Oh, baby, this is really uncharacteristic of Peivu, but there is one thing I will say. When something like this goes sideways, Peivu is very good at recovering. Let's see if he can do just that. Wallbreaker comes in to open up things. Those super minions are going to come over to the Queen. He's going to have to deal with that monolith at the same time. It's a lot for the Queen to handle, but I think she should be okay. He's handling his spells really well. King goes to ability to push in and help the Queen go back up towards the mono. Oh man, this is a lot. King. This is a lot, Eric. But here she goes. She's okay. She's gonna go for the mono now.
Yeah, that King did work. If this still triples, King was hands down MVP. That high-level Giant Gauntlet and all that splash damage and the Rage Vial boosting up his speed there and surging him through. And the Queen does arrive safely to the Town Hall, ability intact, and on top of that, at some point there, he got the defensive Queen weakened up there, so she will be one shot, and that'll keep him nice and safe here as he makes his way forward and pops that ability, and there goes the Healing Tome, Eternal Tome, and everybody makes their way into the left side of the base here.
Peivu with the recovery. Basically, the blimp was swagged on this one as it fell short from the Seeking Air Mines, but he recovers it nicely. Healers under some heavy fire. They are not down, but now they are. Now they are. But most of the damage is dealt with from the Queen. She got through the Town Hall. She got through that whole top side. Now he's just got to kind of manage and get through the back end. The scatter shot's the main opposition to these balloons now.
Yeah, there goes the Queen. Royal Champion engaging the defensive King down there. Diggy is tanking out in front there. Hopefully doesn't lose the Diggy in the process, but the Warden is assisting the Royal Champion. He does lose the Diggy there, and Spirit Fox will keep on working with that Warden, and the Royal Champion ability still intact here. Not a lot of defenses left. Looks like he's got it. He pulls off the recovery. Peivu with the pickup from SE Esports, and now they will begin the final exchange. 2 stars in the lead and looking to stay undefeated.
Eric, I talked about it. Their lowest score war so far has been 14, and they're going to live true to that moving forward. Barring something catastrophic on the last attack, SE Esports recovers, and Peivu gets the triple. Man, some of you guys at home have been asking, what hero equipment do I upgrade? Well, right there, you see a good example of that Healing Tome protecting those balloons, but you don't even need anything crazy. Base equipment on the Queen, and she did all of that. So Queen with base equipment is still fine.
Yeah, I mean, the Archer Puppet, I think people forget to realize that the Archer Puppet and the Giant Arrow actually boost the base damage of the Queen. Right. So the Invisibility Vial is all about protection of her, and it does a fantastic job of that. That's why most people still level it up there. But we're seeing so many people just still running Archer Puppet because it does have the highest base damage increase for the Queen, and that's a very big deal there. It makes her move faster, makes your Queen charge more efficient, and obviously it gets the job done right there and is able to charge all the way through the core.
Also, the giant gauntlet on the King was crazy there. Remember, when he has that giant gauntlet, he has a little bit of a splash along with it. So just a nice combination there from Peivu. Things didn't go his way, but he still walks away with a 3-star. SE Esports, they're kind of unbelievable to watch in this tournament. They just do some crazy things, and they get rewarded time and time again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's topping that attack there for Max, though. That was wild. But I mean, that was good right there. I really like it. It was a more standard meta attack there. But all of these anti-2-star bases may be the chance that Omni needs right now. So they can triple right now, and they continue to have all anti-2-star bases with that Town Hall in the middle. Maybe the last attacker from SE Esports will slip up and give them a chance. So they got to give themselves any chance that they can here. Genghis Clan in for the next attack. The final one for Omni as they go for 13 stars. Yeti Bomb will secure the Town takedown, and he will get a Clan Castle pull there. But it's a bunch of archers. It does not look like he got a full pull. He just got all those archers, and there's definitely more inside.
Yeah, there could still be an Ice Golem or two in there, maybe a couple super minions. Hard to say what could remain in there, but I'm sure we will see it eventually as we have Root Riders that are going to come in here for Genghis as he sets the pathing here for the Queen to charge in, take out this enemy Queen, and deal with some of these heavy-hitting defenses. Blocks onto the enemy Queen, now a Headhunter in there to assist, but probably didn't even need it as the Queen deals with it. Wallbreaker is going to come in, but I think the Expo is going to take that Wallbreaker down, but it might be just enough to open up so the Queen goes in rather than outside.
Yeah, but he still wants to go deeper in the base here, but he needs to get more fun on the outside to make sure the Queen actually stays in. The King is in charge of that. Probably need to get something on that lab there to make sure the Queen takes the turn in, especially if he wants to go into the Multi-Inferno in the core of the base there and get some of these sweepers down. And he definitely wants the sweepers here if he's gonna move in from the right side, because it could, I mean, maybe it'll slow his healing down a little bit there as the healers make their way forward here. But the Queen under heavy fire there. Super Minions take the Queen through ability, and Genghis Clan is in trouble.
Oh man, we talked about it wasn't a full CC pull, and those super minions are devastating through the Queen ability. If they have their shot off, it doesn't matter if Queen is invisible or not, it is still locked onto her. But he's still got roots, he's still got the King, he still has the Royal Champion down there at the bottom. He just doesn't really have much to deal with this. Oh wait, he has Poison Lizard in there. Poison Lizard eats those super minions alive, but does he have enough gas to get through here? It's fading a little bit. Oh, it's tough.
He lost a lot of health on those healers there from those red air bombs, but he still has them alive here. And as long as they're alive, he still has a chance here. He just needs to keep enough of these beams here tanked. He needs to have 6 targets tanked on these Multi-Infernos before these healers move forward here. But with an RC ability, there's still a chance in this bash. He's not out of it, and he'll just keep on making his way forward here. But I mean, that Multi-Inferno stays standing there. That's not ideal here, but the healers are keeping their distance from the multi, at least getting some more value here, but starting to dwindle down a little bit now as the Royal Champion has to carry the backside.
And she's going to look to carry it all. She does have ability still in hand, but those multi-Archer Towers are so deadly. Was that an Ice Golem or a Freeze spell going off there? Either way, freezes up that area really nicely. Keep an eye on this Warden Pedestal. That's going to be the big issue, but I think he's looking fine. Time's ticking, though. The Skeleton's popping. The King still has Phoenix, so the King will get a little bit extra oomph still. But the Royal Champion needs to kind of, oh, she's pacing away.
I mean, she gets dragged into the defensive Grand Warden and will go get the assist over there, but he's lost too much of his cleanup here. He's going to time fail at best, and so they're going to be ending at 12 stars. So technically, I mean, right now it's tied up on stars, but as it stands, SE Esports, who, I mean, they got 4 on the board already, and they're looking for the perfect war here. But Omni, they started off really, really strong. I thought they were going to be staying hot on their tail there, but they started to fall off towards the end of the war here, and we just saw a completely different side of them on the second half of the war from the first.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was like a crazy, catastrophic difference. I mean, 2 of those 3 fails are time fails, 98, 96%. Really, it was just Jack's attack that just kind of simmered out there for him. That one wasn't even too bad. It was 88%. So it's not like they're missing big or making crazy big mistakes. It's really just that clock is up against them. And when you're up against SE Esports and you have that first time fail, you start to feel that a little bit. And then Jack's attack goes a little bit sideways on him. You start to feel that a little bit. So I think Omni's in a nice spot. They are going to most likely, barring something catastrophic, take the L here. But moving forward, you got to feel really good about what your team did against our top team. And it's going to be Jesus coming in with the Zap Wallow, kind of his patented attack. He's been really good with this when he was pushing the top of the leaderboards. He was a Zap Wallow god. Taking out the Rage Tower there, doesn't get that multi-Arch Tower, does get the multi-Inferno though.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying that Town Hall 16 is a little bit too easy. It is easier than Town Hall 15 was. I'll give most people that. But I think that the base building is starting to adapt now. I think we are seeing a lot of these teams able to actually pull off defenses against really, really good teams there. Like Omni's no pushover team, and to hold 3 defenses against them is very, very impressive. So like, I gotta hand it to the base builders over at SE Esports, and that does give me high hopes for them as they continue to push forward, because at this point, they're pushing for, as soon as they get the star locked in here, they are 4-0, and they will hold that top spot across the Snapdragon Pro Series.
I mean, even if you are good at base building and it adapts, and I think that's something people forget. Whenever we get a new Town Hall, there is a little bit of an adaptation period where the bases need to catch up. But when you're going up against a team that has essentially this stacked of a roster, where you pulled in some of the top players in all of NA and put them all on one roster, even if you got good base building, it's tough to defend.
Not only that, but they also brought the best base builders as well. So, I mean, it's a very, very impressive, the roster they've been able to put together here. But the King almost able to push all the way to the Town Hall. He did clear out that multi-arch tower that got missed by the lightning. And so definitely picked up the slack there. But the Blimp will go in and secure the Town Hall takedown. And caught in the tornado trap, gonna get stalled up there. Black air bombs in the air. Multiple, watch that Blimp. This could be a 1-star if he's not careful. But the Blimp, wait.
It's soaked up.
They hit it right before the water belly wore up? I guess that the moral of the story is here is upgrade that Eternal Tome to give yourself that extra split second on that Eternal Tome to get that invisibility, and that saves the Town takedown right there.
You got to remember, the upgrades on that give you like an extra 1/10 of a second per level, and that was probably the difference right there, is having that just few extra 1/10 of a second to make sure those Seeking Air Mines landed under the Tome was massive. But this is fading a little bit here. He has a couple balloons. The biggest thing here is how can the Warden support this Royal Champion? Still does have Spirit Fox, but that Ricochet Cannon will take down Spirit Fox if he's not careful. Haste Spell goes in because that's what he's got left. But he's going to have to pop RC ability. Nice. Can Jesus pull this off? What?
Maybe he's gonna get this Expo down. Lost a Diggy right there, so there we go. Everybody engages the Expo here. He's got a lot of HP pool left, and he's just got to beat the clock now. He's got to clean up at the right side, but it's all Archers, 1 Wizard. There's not a lot of cleanup here, but he's got 30 seconds to walk a victory lap and get it done here. SE Esports, another perfect war for this team as they remain dominant in this competition.
These guys are crazy. That one, I'm not gonna lie, that one did not look like it had a chance, but the Spirit Fox gives a RC just enough to get through there. And you talked about it earlier, Eric. Don't discount what the Grand Warden can do. Yeah, he provides some nice buffer to the troops, but he can really deal some damage on his own. Helps that Royal Champion get through there, and it is a perfect war. SE Esports,
That Blimp.
they're putting up crazy.
Well, when does the invincibility wear off there after the black air bombs hit?
Like just right after.
Yeah.
Probably less than 2/10 of a second after. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, and it probably would have been a 1-star if that didn't go down. So like, he had to deliver that Blimp there. So very, very insane match right there. Jesus clutching as always. His whole team clutching out of their minds here over and over and over. And I'm telling you, this team is stacked.
Yeah, these guys are, not only are they stacked, they're fun to watch. I mean, some of these attacks we're seeing them do, we're seeing not just like a bunch of Root Rider spam. Not that that's a bad thing, but we're seeing them do some really creative, some really fun things. This SE Esports team is going to be the team to beat as we move forward. All right, guys. That one was exciting, but make sure you stay tuned. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more wars. You guys are watching the Snapdragon Pro Series.
Hi, my name's Jesus. I'm a player for Savage Elite, and my in-game name is Jesus. I'm 22 years old, and I live in the United States, in California. I think my team's biggest strength is that they were the finals winner of last season, so they have the experience. We both have the experience, with me being the only new addition to the team, and I think that experience will help us win back-to-back championships. I believe the key factor of the Savage Elite success for this upcoming season will be that we're all ready to grind. There's a new Town Hall level, which means that we're all eager to play and eager to be the best. Okay, so my playstyle for Clash of Clans is pretty well known. It's more like a Sui type of player. I'm not much of a Queen Charge player or Hydra type of player. It's more of a Sui Lalo type of plans. Yeah, it's a nice key factor to have someone like me on the team. So the team I consider to be my toughest, or our toughest rival, is definitely United Gaming, the team that came second and auto-qualified to the challenge phase. They also have one of my ex-team members on there, Swifty, on there, so it's always a nice talk after we face each other. I believe the 4 candidates for the finals of the Snapdragon Pro Series will be definitely us and United Gaming. The third team, I would have to give it to Golden or Underworld X. They're an older team and always on top of the meta, so you can never count them out. And then for the fourth team, it'd have to be between UG Nebula and Method to Madness. I think I'd have to give that one to UG Nebula, though. So the specific troop that I don't think it's underrated, but I do think it's more powerful in my hands, definitely has to be, like, I'd say the balloon, because I feel like I've placed so many balloons in my time of playing Clash of Clans that I know how to control it effectively. Okay, definitely the most memorable moment I've had playing Clash of Clans was definitely playing in that in-person LAN in Seattle. It was the only LAN I went to and met the rest of the Clash of Clans players, so I'd just say that's 100% the most memorable moment I've had playing Clash of Clans. Qualifying directly for the challenge season of the open ladder definitely helped us, and I do believe it sort of solidifies us as a contending team to win the whole finals. For the teams that did play the open finals, there definitely wasn't an advantage of the teams who qualified straight to challenge, because they're playing on the old Town Hall 15, and by the time challenge comes around, it'll be Town Hall 16, so there definitely wasn't an advantage. The biggest piece of advice I'd give to aspiring clan leaders would definitely be to have fun with the game and to find others that enjoy the game as much as them. And naturally, if you really like the game, you'll just naturally want to get better as a team, and then it works out. Okay, so yeah, in conclusion, I hope for the fans and the Clash of Clans community to enjoy the first Town Hall 16 edition of the Snapdragon Pro Series Finals.
The Snapdragon Pro Series, powered by Samsung Galaxy, is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Monster Energy, DHL, and the U.S. Air Force.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series. War number 1 for today is in the books. I mean, we knew it was possible. SE Esports, still flawless perfection. Another perfect war on the board for them. Are they stoppable, Eric?
I mean, they got such a stacked roster there. I mean, some of those attacks were pretty close there, but you're seeing so much promise out of this team. You got creativity on top of skill and experience. I mean, they have the entire recipe for success right there, and they're showing it.
What, Eric? Pretty close to being, what, a 98, 99?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty close to barely missing. I mean, these guys are playing out of their mind. You love to see it. Omni, I like what I saw out of Omni, though. It's only 12, but that very well could have been 14. Like, they hung in there. I think they did a really good job from SE Esports, but I mean, SE Esports, I told producer last week, like, let's just put all 3 SEs on the broadcast. But we'll get to see them to close out our show, and you guys see why. They are fun to watch.
Like, how can your worst performance be a 14-star war so far?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's insane. That's just another level. And I think After that match, they might have solidified a spot in our top 4 as well, so they'll probably be a team that we see now in those challenge finals as we get an opportunity here to take a look back at some of these highlight moments, Bash.
Yeah, I mean, not quite technically in the top 4, but one more win. They have 3 matches.
Okay.
Yeah, they're 4-0, but I mean, it's going to be hard for them not to get that 5th win.
Yeah.
They've played all of the top teams already, I think.
Yeah, exactly. They have all the tiebreakers because they have all the key wins there in their 4 wins.
Right, yeah. All their 4 wins are important wins. I think that's the big thing. Very beautiful war from them. Very fun to broadcast. But again, I like what I saw from Omni there, so don't count this Omni team out, even though they're, 2-3 now. I still think that's a team we should watch moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely had some really sound fundamentals there, but I mean, the basis from SE Esports, they defended very, very well. Everything seemed to have gone mostly right there, but there were just good trap placements. There was just little things that threw them off there. And I think if they're facing a team that doesn't have world-class base builders and that just insane roster on the offense and defense that SE has, then I think they're going to fare a bit better there, and those same attacks would end up going through.
Yeah, I mean, Omni's still sitting at a comfortable place on the leaderboard so far, and they still have more matches ahead of them, so they are by no means counted out yet. We still have to be looking at them as one of our teams that could be at the top when this is all said and done. But now it's time to move on to the second war of the day. This time it's going to be between Synchronic and Method to Madness, if I'm not mistaken, for the second match here. So we can start talking about this one, Bash. This is, you got to get a win here. You got to start
Look,
getting the
I know I wasn't here in studio last week, but I'm not going to lie.
On a snow day, you were.
I'm kind of over Synchronic. I was all in on Synchronic. I'm kind of over it. Guys, show me something to get me back on board in this war. Method to Madness, I think this is a statement war for them. If they can win this one, put up some big numbers, I think that kind of says, hey, look, we could be that 3rd, 4th team. Keep an eye on us. Don't be counting us out. But Synchronic, they have an uphill battle. 0-4 right now. They have to win out and get a ton of help.
Yeah, but Method to Madness, I feel like they have a very, very strong roster. They have a lot of experience here, and they're currently at 1-2 right now. So if they take the win here and push Synchronic down to 0-5, then they are going to be like right in the middle of the pack there. Right. They will be able to just be 1 win away from moving to the top half of the pack there, and that's where you want to be. You got to be top 4 by the end of week 4, by the time you play every other team once in this round robin, and you can end up going through. So I have high hopes for Method Madness, but Synchronic is still a very, very good team, even though their record is on the downside here. They've had so much support and so much success in the previous seasons that I do have high hopes for them, regardless of their current record.
Yeah, I mean, they do. And a lot of their losses have been close, but it's still, when it comes down to those clutch final couple of attacks, you got to show up. Your heaviest hitters got to show up and win the war for your squad. That's what it ultimately boils down to. Method to Madness, if they get this win, puts them in a nice spot. And then I think really Synchronic's just looking to play upset to a lot of these teams.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It'll still be a fun war regardless to see how this one plays out. So for now, it's time for me to send you guys on over to the other half of the studio so we can start getting set up and ready for it. All right,
here we go, guys. Synchronic, Method to Madness. This one should be a pretty nice war. Even though Synchronic is 0-4, they have been putting up a lot of fights here. But Method to Madness really needs this victory, in my opinion. If they, like you said, Eric, if they get to 2-2, we see Omni at 2-3. That middle of that pack is really tightening up with a victory from Method Madness here.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the only teams that are really separated from the pack there in any distinct manner is SE Esports and United Gaming. So I feel like they're looking pretty hot right now, especially SE. But the middle of the pack there is anybody's game right now, and this is a very, very important win here if Method Madness can get it. But I mean, you can't sleep on Synchronic. I think they're still mathematically in this. If we end up in a scenario where we have a lot of teams going to 3 and 4, and we push a multi-way tie there, then maybe they could end up making the comeback. But it is going to be Grom to start us off here. It is a mix of Root Rider Kill Squad plus Super Hog Riders. This is something I haven't seen yet.
I think Grom did this last week, if I remember right. Grom, so he's almost treating it, if you remember at Town 09, Go Hobo. I've been using that a lot at all my Town 09. This kind of feels like a modified version of that, where you have the kill squad with the Root Riders and the log launcher and the heroes, and then he sweeps through with the roots. I don't have my notes from last week, but if I remember right, he got the triple with this attack, and it was very, very fun to watch.
However, he does have his queen leaving to the right side there. Didn't get the funnel for him there, but she will go get the defensive queen out of the way there, so she won't end up getting wasted. But the king and that log launcher specifically, combined with the earthquake, able to just open up the entire core of the base there. And if he's got, what's in there? Is it more Root Riders? More Root Riders popping out of the log launcher, although I would say that Yetis might have been a better option there while everything was already weakened up and they could have attacked over the wall. So he leaves a lot in the core of the base there to be desired. And now here comes the Super Hogs in for the right side. And they actually end up going over the top of the Queen and save her. So
I'm nervous, Eric. I'm nervous. A lot of those Hogs got taken out early with that scatter shot. He's got to get a push back in here. If they go right, he could be in trouble. Queen's going to take out this bomb tower. Might force them right here. Oh, baby.
These multis are doing a lot of work here, especially that multi on the right side of the center. That one was able to pick off a ton of troops there, and he popped that ward ability and got the healing tome there, and he was able to get some extra protection there, but it was just a little bit too late to save those Hogs. And now it's down to the World Champion moving across the top of the base there. She doesn't have a lot of support there. Maybe the Queen has to carry it, but I don't know, Bash. This one looks like it's falling apart here real quick. Maybe the Town Hall 9 tactics reconditioned for Town Hall 16. They ain't cutting it on this one, because this one is slowly pittering out and it doesn't look like it's going to make it through to the finish.
Well, remember that Queen went to the right. I think if the Queen charges up the middle, he gets those two multis in the middle. He sets a little bit of better pathing for the Hogs in there. I think that Queen walking out on him really, really hurt things. I mean, if Queen is in there with ability, she could just help so much in that core. So I think that was the main factor here. Looking to push up the percentage as much as possible. Queen does not have ability, but he does have a few cleanup troops in here as he'll try to get to the mid-80s. Not the start they're looking for, but also not the worst opener ever. We've seen worse for sure, but mid-80s, that's manageable.
Now, I have seen attacks very similar to this be very, very successful if you can get everybody to stay together and charge all the way up and take the town hall.
Right.
But if the pack starts to split there, which they naturally will, like the log launcher, like if you, let's say you get in that bottom compartment where the Eagle Artillery was, and you get everybody to be right there together, and the log launcher opens up the walls directly in front of you, then everybody marches forward, they go right into the multi-infernos, and then they continue on and potentially secure the town takedown. But if you're running Root Riders in the kill squad, then you have the potential where you open up those side compartments and giving ways to leave. But you can see that there were openings there anyway. So there was paths for everything to just walk off to the left, walk off to the right. And the King not staying center here was a very, very impactful thing there, because he circled around and engaged the Royal Champion and ended up going off to the far left side and did not support in the core there. So he definitely needed everything to go to the core. And if you're not going to have like a blimp to sail through on the ward ability to secure the talent takedown, you need the kill squad to cross through and take it. So definitely some flaws in that attack there, and it ultimately cost him.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately it looked a lot sketchier than it was. 88%. At the end of the day, that's pretty manageable. And a lot of these wars, when you're not playing SE Esports, you can bounce back from an 88%. That's not going to usually lose you the war. But now it leaves that door open for Synchronic. Again, sitting at 0-4, this is a statement war for them as well. If they can come out and get this victory, that'll drop another team down low. And Eric, you talk about it all the time, where we have those teams at the top where we have undefeated teams, and we have those teams at the bottom where they have low records. That middle of the pack, I mean, you could still sneak in with a 3 and 4 sometimes. Soham's going to open us up here, and we got, I mean, this is a Soham attack if I've ever seen one. We got 3 roots, we got 5 Vouts, we got balloons, we got sneakies, we got invisibilities. This is a Soham attack.
Yeah, I wonder if is he going to run a blimp here? No, he's got a log launcher selected at the moment here. He's going for a kill squad of his own. So, I mean, I guess we're going to see it again. We're going to have 2 back-to-back Root Rider kill squad attacks here. And this one going to have to go all the way across the base. And this one absolutely must take the down hall, because he doesn't have a Hogs for the back end to support this one here. But look how much invisibility he brought to this. Is he going to be running like a backside Spirit Walk or something like that? Maybe the World Champion could just go try to sweep out the back end of the base there with all that invisibility. This is very interesting.
Yeah, I'm still looking at it, trying to figure it out here. So this is exactly what you're talking about in the last attack, Eric, where those roots are going to bounce out to one side or another, and it's kind of devastating, and it kind of messes with him. He did bring that one Earthquake in there to open up those walls that were weakened from the log launcher. King's going to surge ahead and get that Town Hall. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful use of that King ability. So he'll take the Town Hall down here. Now he does have that Royal Champion with 4 invisibilities and a Rage spell remaining. So maybe the Spirit Walk will have enough. Keep an eye on this Royal Champion. She's down there at the bottom, starting to surge in with these roots and the King. I think this is fine.
Yeah, I mean, the King sat right in the middle of everything, and with that giant gauntlet, he was able to stop all the incoming damage there completely. And so this is going to be a walk in the park here to get the last defenses down. He's got a Royal Champion ability. He'll hit all the remaining defenses. And I mean, I don't know what his plan was for all that invisibility. Maybe just to draw a square on the base there, as the Oso swag a whole bunch here. Soham gets it done, and Synchronic will take the lead here. The underdog team, the 0-4 team, is on top here to start off the war.
I have a lot of issues with that statement. The underdog team. Honestly, I think this is a coin flip. I think Synchronic just has not lived up to their potential. I think they've just had every war, they just had a slight flaw. I'm not trying to poo-poo Synchronic. I know I'm very negative on them, but I was high on Synchronic early on, and I just want them to close out a war here. I mean, that's ultimately what they got to do. Beautiful attack from Soham, beautiful opener. I mean, obviously, this kill squad got through and did way more than he was hoping for. I think he thought the world champion would have to do a little bit more heavy lifting on the backside, but we saw the 4 swagged out invisibilities, so that one went better than planned. But now they have a star advantage, they have a percent advantage. You have the commanding lead. Now you just got to maintain that lead and close this one out.
And I know a lot of those other teams in the middle of the pack there are going to be cheering on Synchronic here to try to knock Method of Madness out of their way and just kind of push a team down in the lower half of the pack there to make so that they have less competition for those spots. Because remember, only 4 teams advance to the finals. So you got to make sure that you end up making it through here and being in that top half. And so this is a very, very key war here for Method of Madness to win. So they start off 12 buildings down, 1 star down, and they got their work cut out for them to now get a lead established and then sustain it.
Yeah, but we've seen this Method of Madness team season and season again. It's a lot of experienced players, a lot of players from other teams kind of thrown together. I think this season has been one of those seasons where we see a lot of those roster mix-ups where we see like Jesus going over to SE Esports, even Swifty going over to UG, and then we see some of the other players kind of mixing around too. I mean, I think this is one of those teams that can really make a little bit of a run here, week 3, week 4, and try to get that 3rd or 4th spot. So yeah, we got a lot to go. It's early still, but I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to put yourself in that situation, though. You want to make sure that you stay middle of the pack there. If you have 2 wins, you want 2 losses or better, and you don't want to be on the lower half here. But let's see if they can make it happen now. We are in with John, and he's going for one of my personal favorite types. I've been just leveling these anti-2-star bases in Legend League with a Root Rider spam going a little bit on the left, a little bit on the right, and a big, heavy group of them right down the middle of the base there to charge towards the Town Hall. And I guess we'll see how far he can make it because he's going to use that blip to go secure the Town takedown, and that should alleviate that. But look at that, a level 27 Giant Gauntlet, maxed out Eternal Tome and Healing Tome on that Warden. And so he's definitely going to have an equipment advantage here with those high levels.
When in doubt, root it out. We've seen this from Method of Madness in the past. John is off to a strong start. He needs some of these roots to bounce to the left side, and they're going to do just that and get to that multi-arch tower. But look at it, they surge right forward into this base. The heroes are all bunched together down there on the bottom side. We get the King, World Champion, Queen, and the Warden all down there. The roots, if they can get that multi-arch tower out, which they do, I think that'll be enough to kind of help out this top side. Headhunter coming in. The heroes are sticking together. Need these last few roots to open up this wall so the King will go inside there. Let's see if the root the root got taken out.
Yeah, so the King's going to hold the line there. The Monolith is going to stay standing, and this Eagle Artillery is going to continue raining down. And that's probably the biggest problem that he has here is the extra damage from the Eagle Artillery, because Root Riders tend to pack up really, really tight into stacks, and that obviously draws the attention of the Eagle Artillery. So Queen is looking to go to ability there, and then lose all of her archers immediately to a small bomb, and she's going to drop. But the King still has ability. He wraps around, but he's going to be making his way into a Monolith and the Eagle Artillery, and still a very high HP King with the Warden supporting on the backside of the base there. And yeah, this is looking to be a defense here. A little bit of a rough start here for Method of Madness. I typically say if I'm going to do a Root Rider spam attack, then I go to the Eagle Artillery as my #1 priority. I feel like the Eagle Artillery just does so much work here against these Root Riders because of the way they pack up, that it just wreaks havoc on it if you leave it standing and firing away for too long.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, the Monolith is right there. Also, you get the enemy King out. A lot of heavy defenses that he could have kind of addressed early on. So Method of Madness kind of struggling early in this war. Barbarian King will do his best to get as much as he can, but one shot from the Mono and he's down. It's gonna be high 80s again, but also they're gonna have to get some triples somewhere here in this war. Still a lot of war to be played, but John, this one does not go his way as it's 87%. Synchronic can get a triple, they should be sitting real nice.
Yeah, it's very difficult with all Root Riders to deal with like defensive heroes. I think a lot of the times you lose the bulk of your root riders from defensive heroes. We saw the multi-arch tower and the defensive king take out a whole bunch of root riders that split off on the left side there that you pointed out. But like the other ones just continue to march their way forward there, and you can see those Eagle artillery strikes there hitting that entire pack that was passing through the middle, and that just dealt so much damage. And then you add in a raised up scatter shot hitting that same pack there. There's another Eagle artillery strike, and that was the bulk of the root riders all in that stack right there, and they all went down together to splash damage. Just the combination of Eagle artillery strikes and a raised scatter shot, and he lost the bulk of his army right there within those two defenses.
Yeah, it's a tough break. I mean, but that's kind of the risk you run with an attack like that. You're kind of all in. I mean, it was what, 13, 14 roots or something like that. It was a crazy amount of root riders. But you're right. I think maybe if he goes at that Eagle artillery, yeah, it does leave those side flanks kind of open, but it takes out that Eagle artillery, takes out that monolith, gets to that king, and then opens up the base a little bit so the world champion can maybe sweep through. Again, I'm here commentating, easier for me to say. You guys actually have to go do the attacks. That's the tough part. But they do fall behind here, even a little bit more with percentage. If Synchronic gets the triple here, I mean, Synchronic is going to be in a nice commanding spot. It's going to be up to Marcelo next, and he's coming in with Queen Charge into Root Riders. Look at that, Giant Gauntlet's getting a lot of upgrade attention. Rage Gem, only level 13 on this one. Something to keep an eye on there.
Yeah, but a level 13 is still an extra 40% damage to everything that is inside of that Warden range. Although, I have typically been seeing most people try to upgrade the Warden equipment before they waste too much with the other heroes there. Like, that Giant Gauntlet is amazing, don't get me wrong, but the Warden equipment affects every single troop that you have, so the ability to benefit your entire army makes most people focus on the Warden equipment first there before they work on the other stuff there. But that Giant Gauntlet, as we've seen, can do so much work there. And since it's the only piece of epic equipment we have right now, most people are upgrading it and pushing hard into it because they know it's going to be good for the long term as well.
That's my kind of theory. It's the first piece of epic equipment. It's epic for a reason. Let's put some resources into it. But we've seen a lot of healing tomes getting maxed out really early on for that exact reason. But, you know, if you're like a super archer player, super archer blunt player, you don't invest as much into that, but we're seeing a lot of roots being used here, so that's really nice use here for the Rage Gem. That's going to keep these roots moving, and we've seen the roots have time issues in the past, not with the Rage Gem. The Rage Gem will keep them pushing through. We'll send the Battle Blimp in for the Town Hall and try to cut off the roots so that maybe they'll go through the middle of the base instead of into the Town Hall. Keep an eye on the Queen. She's pretty healthy, but she is going to be going into a little heavier damage area here.
Yeah, I got that Poison Lizard onto the Warden, so we will be able to make sure the World Champion's not getting distracted and can keep putting the damage output and using those Root Riders as tanking, staying right out in front there, using the Apprentice Warden, which replaces Life Gem by giving a nice 30% increase in the HP. So a huge wall of HP in front of the World Champion, staying nice and safe there with that invisibility from the Spirit Fox. But Queen getting her healers targeted over the left side of the base there. A Skeleton Spell going to go and support into the defensive Grand Warden takedown, and he's not looking too bad here. As soon as that multi goes down, if he's got any amount of force still moving, then this is looking like another triple here for Synchronic. And man, I mean, I don't know how this team ended up 0-4, because so far they're off to a hot start here. They have a stacked roster. I don't know how they ended up in this situation.
If we go back and look at their previous wars, they've been close, Eric. It's not like they're getting blown out time and time again. I think one of their wars was a 14-14 war that they lost by like 4 buildings or something like that. Nice. So they've just had a lot of heartbreak this season, and that's what I was talking about here in the pre-matches. I want to see these guys step up and close out a war. They got that commanding lead. Now they have to maintain it. They're up 2 stars. In my opinion, again, things can go crazy. You never know what's going to happen. There's no reason this Synchronic team should not win this war at this point.
Yeah, very, very solid attack here, though. I mean, good fundamentals, a strong Queen charge. You got the Clan Castle out of the way there, and just set up this Queen to split up from the pack there. And we have seen where if you're gonna have the Root Riders take the Town Hall, most people are switching over to like a Healing Tome. But if you have a different plan for the Town Hall takedown, whether it be the Queen taking it or the Blimp taking it in this case, then that Rage Gem just boosted the damage of the World Champion and the Ward himself there, and just getting the Root Riders moving a little bit faster through the base there definitely does the trick. And I think that's my two favorite pieces of equipment right now is that Rage Gem and then the Giant Gauntlet paired with it. I'm preferring that over the Healing Tome personally, but I love the Root Riders right now, and that Rage Gem does so much work with them.
But not only that, it also makes it so time is an issue. We saw it on that. What do we see? 2 or 3 time fails. 2 time fails from Omni last war. If they have that Rage Gem, those roots get moving through there. I'm personally a Healing Tome guy. You're Rage. I mean, collab, Rage versus Healing, or what? We'll talk about that off stream. But Synchronic moves the advantage even further there. They're up 6 stars to 4. Obviously, they have the percentage advantage after 2 flawless attacks. Lord Kirk going to look to bring his team back with a Zap Lalo. We do have an Ice Hound in there. Remember, when that Ice Hound gets destroyed, it's a super version of the Lava Hound. It's going to pop off essentially a freeze spell and freeze up some of the surrounding buildings. So let's see what he does here with the heroes. He does have a log launcher, so we'll see if he goes ahead. I mean, obviously, he's going to try to push these heroes into the town hall. We'll see if he gets all the way through there with the heroes.
Yeah, very, very nice high-level giant gauntlet right there. But yeah, I think it is kind of a weird base to use an Ice Hound on, because you see where the air defenses are. They're so separated from all the things that are worth freezing up there, like all the multi-arch towers, the multi-infernos. Like, those are your big targets for the freezes. So trying to get the Ice Hound into the right position to pop while he's actually over something worth freezing is going to be the trick here. That's why most people will decide whether to use Ice Hounds or Lava Hounds based on where they're going to pop. And if you have a bunch of air defenses next to major defenses, then it does sway you towards the Ice Hound. So I don't know if it's worth it in this one here, but I guess we'll see what he does with it.
All right, Battle Blump's actually going to come in to take down the Town Hall as the Queen went to the outside to get that multi-target Inferno. She's actually pathing back and said, ooh, catches a Seeking Air Mine, but it should still be enough for this Battle Blump to take the Town Hall down. Oh, there's a Tornado. He is finding everything in the way here. Uses a freeze spell. He wants this Town Hall.
Come on, there we go. Sorry.
Town Hall finally falls from that Battle Blump. Now here comes the Lava Hound with that Ice Hound. We'll have to keep an eye on where it pops. Notice the World Champion is snuck in there as well to boost the output of damage as he moves into the Scattershot compartment.
Also, another note there is not putting both the Lava Hounds into the same spot there, so they both don't get targeted by the same amount of splash damage there. But the Ice Hound does reach the backside of the base. They're going to cross again, and it's going to go right into the Monolith here. Watch it. There we go. It's going to pop right on top of the Eagle Artillery. That's where you want it to pop right there. And now Warden Builder will protect him through those Eagle Artillery strikes. There are more balloons at the bottom. Going to push in the multi. Freeze is replacing the Ice Hound freeze. And you know what? That was a very, very high value Ice Hound right there. Catching the freeze into the bulk of the defenses and easily protected him in the backside. RC ability looking to be swagged on this one as he will coast his way through to the first triple of the war here for Method of Madness. Now, Bash, they got to find some defenses here in a hurry.
Yeah, absolutely. But what did I tell you, Eric? That Ice Hound was calculated. It was going for the Eagle the whole time. A little bit of luck, a little bit of skill is a beautiful plan from Lord Kirk, excuse me, as he gets a 3-star and gets something his team really needed. He needed that 3-star, but you're right. They got to get defenses. They haven't stopped this Synchronic team yet. So if they can get a big stop here, they get a little bit of that momentum going, they can start to sway it back. But I love what Lord Kirk did here. I can't say your name, Kirk. I'm so sorry. But a beautiful attack to get Method of Madness back in this one.
I love to see the Healing Tome in the Lalo as well. Just more protection on the backside there. Like, you get the Eternal Tome, and then if you took any damage there before the Eternal Tome went off, then you heal it all back up there, and then you keep healing. Because remember, the Healing Tome is a very, very long duration. So it is a traveling heal spell that is able to keep you alive all the way through. And I think that in a lot of cases, people are swapping away from the Life Gem and going to the Healing Tome. And I thought the Life Gem was going to be used basically exclusively with Lalo. But we're seeing a lot of people opting for Healing Tome instead of it very, very lately here. That was like a new development there after everybody concentrated on other equipment. Now we're shifting over to the Healing Tome as a secondary piece of equipment, and it's doing wonders with the Lalo.
Yeah, but if you saw it there, I mean, as those balloons were taking damage, they're getting healed right back up. So you pop that Healing Tome up, and maybe you're going into a multi-target Inferno or something, they're just going to heal right on through it and power through the base. And I mean, we saw it on that attack. It was beautifully done by Lord Kirk, gets the 3-star. Very nice use of his equipment. Now let's see if Synchronic can get the triple here. It's going to be Halo Blade. Eric, we got some witches. Zap Super Witches. I don't think we've seen this one all tournament yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for a rage.
Look at that, the Healer Puppet.
Yeah, Healer Puppet's an interesting choice there because the Queen, I mean, she doesn't get extra damage onto her base from a Healer Puppet. She gets extra damage out of the Giant Arrow, and she gets extra damage out of the Archer Puppet. The Healer Puppet and Invisibility Vial is actually a pretty significant damage decrease for the Queen's base damage, so she will just generally move slower than she otherwise would but she'll be able to spawn some healers there. And he's got 4 healers that he has on standby here. And with the lightning, able to clear out some of the defenses there. He's able to quickly connect to it, wrap his way to the north end. And here goes Witches on the outside with a Giant and Super Witches down the gun to the base there. And I like that the Flame Flinger is set up there by the main forest, but the Flame Flinger to make its way into 2 Molten Infernos right there. So we'll see how far it makes.
All right, here we go. All the Super Witches are in. They're going to spawn those big boys. But remember, they're very slow. So that could be an issue. But I think he's really fine on time here. But keep an eye on some of these Super Witches. I think 2 out of the 3 Super Witches went to the outside. Queen's under pressure from the balloons. Has to pop Queen ability and force out the remaining healers from that healer puppet. But look at this. All the witches are on the outside. So the heroes aren't going to have much support up the middle.
Yeah, but the King of Pop's ability there looks like he was affected by that Eternal Tome right before this. So he's not taking any damage right now. And that invincibility doing some work for him. It's doing some wonders as he steps all the way in, locks onto the Monolith, and will start to work it down. But is he going to have the punch to take it? He's got the Phoenix. He'll pick himself back up there. He'll take that final strike there. And that also regroups everybody on the outside. But the Queen is going to wander in, chasing down. Graskele steps in and gets the Town Hall takedown. So still looking okay here, but still has a heavy bottom compartment there. And oh, he just lost his Queen. This is a problem here. This is a triple for Method Madness and looking to be a potential defense from a Halo Blade.
This is what I'm talking about, Eric. Synchronic needs to close out wars. This was an unusual plan. I mean, we've seen Halo do some great things with Super Witches in the past, so it's not like it's out of his wheelhouse, but things just did not go right on this one. He couldn't get those witches funneled in. I think that was the bigger issue here. Keep an eye on if Spirit Fox gets taken out. It does, so the Royal Champion will not be invisible anymore. So Royal Champion is going to go down here, and that's going to be likely the end of this attack, as he's going to just try to edge up as much percent as he can.
Yeah, but the percentage is going to be end up relatively low on this one here. So they're lucky that they already have 2 triples on the board there, where Method Madness only has 1. So they're going to be up by a star still. But they have shown a little bit of weakness here, and this is the opportunity for Method Madness to strike. They already got the triple that they needed to start to stage a comeback, but to start the war down 2 stars, and then you have this exchange right here. This is how you rally the team. And also at the same time, like, you know, Synchronic is still going to be feeling good there holding the lead, but this is where they start to worry as well, and that pressure starts to ramp.
Yeah, I mean, pressure can definitely ramp up from here. Let's see if this big boy can get one more building. He does not, 84%. So Method Madness is going to gain 16% back there. So they're only going to be down 9% now. So that is big. One more 3-star, one more defense. They're right back in this thing, Eric.
Absolutely. I was really hoping that Super Witches were going to make a comeback at Town Hall 16. And I haven't seen the kind of force out of them that I see typically out of the Root Riders and the Super Bowlers for the smash attacks, or even the Electro Titans. Like, I think all of those are very good, but I have yet to see Super Witches coming to the expectation that I was hoping for them going to Town Hall 16 with that new level of the Witches. But I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, they tried to march their way forward there and unfortunately couldn't get through.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen Super Bowlers kind of stay prevalent here. We've seen the Roots with the Electro Titans or just straight up Roots. But it's going to be Stay Away. Stamus is up next here with a Queen Charge and a Root Rider attack. If Stay Away can get the 3-star here, this will be massive for Method to Madness. Going against Soham's base here, an anti-2-star style base, ring base in the middle there with an invisibility. So this one can be tricky, but Stay Away is really good at navigating these style bases. Ooh, watch Queen, she already goes to ability.
Yeah, but that seemed intentional there. He didn't even try to put any spells on her, so he'll just lose that ability there, preserve his spells for later on, and send in a bunch of balloons to go get this Eagle Artillery down. There's first rage there. Queen on the verge of going down, but he's able to keep her up and moving there. Here comes the Clan Castle, a bunch of red air bombs going off there, and the traps and Clan Castle troops defend the Eagle Artillery, which means this Eagle's on the verge of activating right now and needs to get under control here, especially when the Queen is already vulnerable from burning her ability earlier on. But 10th spot for the area as well, and he'll go for another attempt there. More balloons into that. That's all the balloons that he has here. So watch the healers here as they potentially could be taken out by black air bombs. And that obviously could be trouble there. But he will get the artillery down. He'll get the ricochet cannon down. And here comes that blimp in from the side there. Warden ability goes off. And Eternal Tome is going to deliver that blimp to the Town Hall. But he needs a freeze right there. There's an invisibility tower. And it looks... Oh, wait! The Town Hall goes invisible. Invisible Bash.
Oh, this could be an issue. The Yetis need to circle back. He will have all of the roots going out there. There we go. Yetis circle back, get the Town Hall down. The World Champion is in there. He's got a lot of force moving here. Queen did already use her ability. We pointed that out early, but look at this. She's got healers, and she's back up to full health. So if he can just maintain and get some of this damage in the core, the World Champion goes and gets that multi on the bottom. I think Stay Away is looking really strong here on the back end of this base. Nice use of the Skeleton spell to distract that Expo. This is a big attack for this war, not just Method of Madness. He has to have this in the worst way, and it's looking really good, Eric.
Yeah, there goes that World Champion seeking shield across the back end of the base there, knocks out the rest of the big defenses, and the base is disarmed. It is a triple for Method of Madness at a critical time of the war here. Now, like you said, they were 9 buildings behind going to this exchange here, so if they can get a defense at a 91% or lower, then they just swung this war and overcame the 2-star deficit there. So a very, very critical point here for Method of Madness. And now the pressure's on to Synchronic.
Let's be honest, Eric, this one wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. And that's why I like watching Stay Away play. He understands how things function. He understands what he needs to do on the base. Even the Battle Blimp, he was late on the freeze to get the Battle Blimp to take the Town Hall down. It's okay, we'll just use another freeze. We'll not panic, and we'll just get everything down.
I don't know that he was late on that freeze. I think it was actually the Phoenix attacking the Clan Castle building that triggered the invisibility as the blimp was about to land. He froze the same time that normally you would need to freeze there, but the Phoenix was kind of throwing it off there. But his adaptation for it was very, very correct there, and he made the correction that he needed to make sure that Town Hall went down.
Yeah, and that's some of the things with, I mean, Town Hall 15, Town Hall 16, we got more and more stuff going on. We got Phoenixes going up. Even the Battle Blimp, you got to take into account that Battle Blimp is dropping bombs as it's flying to the Town Hall. Sometimes that'll activate an invis. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. It's a 3-star. This attack is massive for Synchronic. This is what I'm talking about. You have to be able to close out wars. And this 4-spot, if they don't get a triple here, they're on the verge of losing this war, which would be a crazy come from behind victory. I don't know. A lot of attacks left, but Method of Madness got some momentum right now.
Yeah, and that's where you see a team's heart come into play there. Like you have that big, big lead there. And most teams would kind of get 2 stars behind like that, and they'd be like, ah, dang it, we're done. We're done. Like, how do we even make a comeback from that? That other team is so good, and all these teams are good here, but you can see that they don't give up. They keep on charging all the way to the finish there, and now we arrive into the 4th attack here, and this attack might be make or break here for Synchronic as Powerade dives in with a Super Dragon. He's got a double clone. He's got a bunch of invisibility. Looks like enough invisibility to support a Super Minion Bomb here that he can use with these Super Dragons and probably just deliver that blimp into the core of the base.
Rage Gem there with the, was that the Eternal Tome? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. All right, so he's going to fly in from the top side as he zaps in there. Queen's going to set the pathing there, using the Super Dragon to get the other funnel. So it looks like he's going to take a pretty big, bold approach here from about 10, 11 o'clock there with the Dragons, but it's going to be all on that Battle Blimp. All he really needs to do is get the Battle Blimp kind of near where that Clan Castle is, the edge of the Clan Castle, so it's not like it's going to go far, but it's going to be all in the Super Minions here as the Warden ability is hit. Let's see what happens, Eric.
I like this because if you are going to burn all of your spells into the blimp to support this Super Minion Bomb, which she's got a bunch of radar bombs going off, but not enough to take it down. He's able to take out that area of the base there, but on top of that, since the Super Dragons didn't have any spell support, this Rage Gem is actually doing some very, very good work with them. Like if you're raging out the Super Dragons or any kind of dragons, then you typically want to run like a healing tome on them. But if you're not going to be using spells there, then the Rage Gem does some good work. However, Monolith area stays standing, Queen stays standing. That block of defense at the very top there gonna be trouble as he's starting to run out of resources.
Oh, you're right, Eric. The Queen is gonna go down here. Oh man, Eric, could we see it?
I think we are seeing it.
I agree. World Champion does have the Spirit Fox, so can maybe get in there, get mono, but with the Queen there, it's just going to be so much distraction going on. Now the King is distracting the Super Dragon, which there's not a lot to target this Super Dragon, so just going to be patient and let the Super Dragon thin out as much of this as possible. I actually like this. Really good patience. There is one Headhunter in the comp, but the Headhunter is going to get 8 alive. Let's be honest. There's a multi there. There's a Ricochet Cannon. The Headhunter will get 8 alive, but if he can get to this bow with the Super Dragon, that would be crazy. Oh, man. It's all down to this. A minute left, Eric.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can get the triple.
I don't know if he can get past that defensive queen. I mean, he's got the headhunter there, but the headhunter, can it even survive there with the ricochet cannon and the multi-inferno right there? I mean, that's going to be a challenge in its own right there, but looks like the Warden will keep on moving. He'll tank the scatter shot there, and now the World Champion will go in, but the Warden going to go to Phoenix. He'll have the Phoenix to support here and go pick up that storage. But with the RC ability, I guess it depends on how much HP these other buildings have, because if he can hit all of the rest of them with the RC shield, then he has a chance. If they, Mono did not go down. It's a one shot right now. Man, that's close right there. He does not make it through, and the Ricochet Cannon ends up claiming the Royal Champion. So
Look
he
at the
did reach the percentage though.
Right. Yeah, 95%. So if Bash math is right, they were down, or they were up 9 buildings. So they, even though they don't get the triple response, they will still have a small lead moving into our final attacks. But this sets up for a crazy, crazy finish. It's 96% here for a Black Powerade, which, if my math is right, puts them at a 5% advantage. So
5 building. Yeah. 1%, 1 building right there. It is neck and neck here. And so, I mean, Method of Madness is still basically in the same situation that they already were, but they got the stars tied up here is the big difference now. So they still need Synchronic to miss on this last attack. That's going to be very, very critical here. But they need to triple here to force that. It has to be a triple on the other side there, because now they got 10 to 10. So this is where they want to be.
Yeah, and I don't know who the 5th attackers are for these squads, but that's what we'll have to keep an eye on. And I don't have my stats in front of me. Unfortunately, with me being home last week with the snow day, as Glitter called it, I forgot my notes at home, so I don't have these guys' stats to refer to, but we'll see what happens here. It's all down to this final attack. Method of Madness needs a 3-star in a defense, and they're secured the victory. It's going to be Boone with a Zap Queen Charge Root Rider attack to try to win this one for Method of Madness.
All right, very, very close here, but the Warden will begin in at the very bottom of the base. Looks like he's just going to do a Warden walk to dive in after the air defense would be the minimum that he want to grab here. No, or excuse me, he does have Lightning there. Looks like Lightning going to go after the defensive queen. Just waited for her to wander into position so that he could take out all those buildings and take her out at the same time there. So that worked out perfect there, and he just had to be patient on that. Like, wait for those heroes to get into position. You got to be patient, and you got to wait for that.
But giant gauntlet.
I know. I'm seeing that too. Man, level 26 giant gauntlet, 1 level off of max. Definitely waited on some glowy ore to be able to top off a lot of the equipment there. But man, he got a lot of levels there. But he is going to now start the Root Riders. And here we go, Bash.
Here we go. We're all in for Boone. Keep an eye on this Wizard Tower on the top left side of this. If nothing gets over there and takes it out, if the roots don't push inside, everything could walk on him here. I'm really worried about this walking actually here. We got Headhunters coming out to deal with the Queen, but he does use a Warden ability. Roots do cut inside, and he uses the Royal Champion to push everything inside. So great identification that he might have had an issue with the funnel and corrects that right away. I love that plan right there. Now he's going to push in and get to the Town Hall. He does have a Battle Drill, but he can ultimately select or change that out if needed.
Oh, watch the King. King getting targeted by the single Inferno, and he will get some invincibility there as he pops his giant gauntlet there and surges forward. He's going to get in there, and can he one-shot that single Inferno there before?
Queen gets it.
Okay, all right, he's got it. His King survives. Freeze into the backside of the base there. The Monolith is going to give a little bit of trouble here, but RC doing some good work, and once the Town Hall is looking secured, Battle Drill deploys in the top there and will support the Road Champion, and they can just pass to take it back and forth there. Invisibility for the Spirit Fox. Everybody staying out in front. Boom, looking really good on this one. And Method of Madness looking to see what they can do here, and they'll have to still find a defense after this, but this one looking to carry through for a triple.
Boone is going to put the pressure on Synchronic. This is what we wanted to see. Can they get the come from behind victory? This would be insane. Method of Madness does what they need to. 3 triples in a row to close out the war to give their team a chance. Now it's all going to be on Synchronic. Can you do what I've said you need to do? Can you close out a war when it matters most? 5 spot is on the line here. We need a triple and you win. Looking for that first victory and challenge. Can they get it? We're going to find out soon, Eric.
All those teams in the middle of the pack there looking for Method of Madness to get taken down a notch there and knock them down to the lower half and potentially out of contention. But I mean, you know that they're all cheering for Synchronic to take this win here, because Synchronic is in a very rough spot there to make it on the next phase, but they kind of hold the cards here for Method of Madness. They will decide their fate potentially on this next attack here and see if they end up going, I guess, 1 and 4 or 2 and, or wait, what is it? 3 and 2? 2 and 3. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. They're currently what? I lost track. They need to win this. That's what we're saying. Method of Madness needs this win here to get into the center of the pack, and Synchronic has the chance to take them down.
I thought you said they were 1 and 2 coming in.
They were 1 and 2. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. 1 and 2 going to this. They could go 2 and 2 or 1 and 3 based on the result of this attack.
Which either way, they're still going to be alive, but you would definitely much rather be 2 and 2 as they do play a little bit later on tonight. This war is actually living up to the expectation, but again, Synchronic, can you get it done here? This has been their issue, closing out wars, getting that 5 spot, getting that last attack in. This has to be a 3-star. There's no choice about it. Can you do it? Can you shut me up? It's all on you guys.
Absolutely. All right. Well, it's just a matter of just keeping your cool all the way to the end here. Like this person has had plenty of time to plan, but often, a lot of times the person who goes last has the toughest base where everybody else was just like, you need more time to figure this one out here. So here we go. Boot on defense. It is going to be Electro Dragons just going to be taking out the Air Sweepers. And I assume if he's doing that, he's charging the Electro Dragons right through all the defensive heroes, which typically, if all the heroes are grouped up like that, then E-Drag attacks can be very, very good. But also, look at the chains through this base here for E-Drags as they move through the core. I think there's enormous value for chains, and I do have high hopes for this one here. This looks like a very good base for E-Drags, and I feel like Rainberry is making the right call here.
I agree with that, but I think Rainberry tried E-Drags last week and kind of struggled with that, if I remember right. Again, I don't have my stats to refer to, but we'll see what he does. Remember, Electro Dragons did get a brand new level at Town Hall 16, but can they get it done here? It's all on the line for Synchronic in this war. They need the 3-star. Stone Slammer does come in from the left-hand side. He's going to go ahead and take out these super minions out of the Clan Castle. No issue there. And one thing with these E-Dragon attacks, you want the E-Drags to chain through like they are and deal with this core as much as possible, and then you'll have the heroes come in and just support the back-end push. So if he can thin out this middle, he should be fine.
I love these extra Dragon Riders that he tossed in on the flanks. He's got some Dragon Riders popping out of the Stone Slammer on the left side there, and that right side single Dragon Rider is able to go get the Multi-Inferno and protect his right flank. But if he can get the Clan Castle building destroyed here, that'd be a very big deal. But he does end up losing everything in the core there. I didn't see what came out of the Clan Castle here, but if there's anything that is going to go out and intercept his heroes, then it's going to become trouble right now. And we see Rocket Blooms popping out right now, but that is not too big of a worry here. I think the World Champion should be able to handle that. She will take a couple hits though. And he got that Invisibility Tower pre-triggered there with the Road Champion ability, but I don't know.
It's not
good. This is looking like it's a little rough right now.
This is not good, Eric. The Queen is just going to get 8 alive here. He does freeze. Oh, good freeze there, but the Queen will be forced to ability very soon here. Oh, there goes the giant arrow. Oh, but the Queen's, this is 1-star. This is a 1-star. This is what I'm talking about, Synchronic.
No, it's not a 1-star, but it's not a triple.
It doesn't matter. You have to close out the war. This is why they're 0-5 now, Eric. They can't close out these wars.
And Method to Madness, on the other hand, not just closing out the war, but they make the comeback from behind. Remember, they started off this war 2 misses, down 2 stars when Synchronic started off hot, but the second half of the war was a full reversal plus some and puts Method to Madness on top. They are going to be 2-2. I figured that out there. So they're going to be 2-2, and that'll park them right in the middle of the pack there and get them in a pretty good spot there overall.
What is going on with the Synchronic team, man? I had such high hopes for them coming into the season, but we've seen it time and time again. The middle of their lineup, for whatever reason, they just have those missteps. We saw it. They came out hot. They came out with 2 triples, and they fall behind. Method to Madness, great job, but staying persistent, not giving up on this war. If you remember in Ninja's interview, he talked about how UG, even though maybe they're down 2 triples, they stick with it, and they come back, and they get the victory here. Congrats to Method to Madness, a well-deserved reverse sweep. Guys, that was an insane war, but if you want to see more Clash of Clans action, don't go anywhere. We got a short break, but we'll be back with more Clash of Clans action after this. You're watching the Snapdragon Pro Series.
Hi, I'm Sohan. I'm from India. My in-game name is also Sohan, which is my real name, and I'm 20. So my team's biggest strength, in my opinion, is that we've played together for many seasons, and I think we have very good team chemistry. So I believe the key factor in our success would be that we prepared against the teams correctly and had really good bases presented, which got us a really crucial defense in the final war, which was a 1-star, which really helped us to get the win easily. So managing pressure in a critical moment in tournament is not easy at all. I have played on stage before, so I can tell you, I still have my fingers shaking sometimes, but I think just relaxing, taking a deep breath helps a lot. And usually I tend to drink water right before my attack. My play style, I would say it's quite creative, and I like breaking down bases. And some people might say it's too much or like it's too complicated, but I really enjoy it, and I think that's just the best way to play the game. Okay, for my toughest rivals, I think the main United Gaming team is probably our #1 rival, and after that it will be KFC guys or SE Esports now. And yeah, I hope we can beat both of them in challenge and finals too. Top 4 for finals, it's a very interesting question. I hope we're one of them, and with us, I would hope it is United Gaming, SE Esports, and probably Method to Madness. So any in-game items, spells, or troops that I think are underrated would probably be Sneaky Goblins. I don't think they're used enough because everyone loves Super Barbs, but I think Sneaky Goblins are one of the best troops in the game. So most memorable moment while playing Clash would be in San Diego when I got to play on stage in front of a lot of people, and I had my parents watching and messaging me from home that, oh, I saw you on stage, and it felt really good. Through the qualifiers, I think the most difficult match would be the final one against Golden X, because they did really well and our hits were not working until the end. So I just think it was a very good match, and I hope them good luck. Yeah, so in our final match was Underworld X. It used to be called Golden X. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's the team, and we had a really close match the whole time, and once we saw that they one-starred the last save, we just felt super relaxed, and we told our player to go for the safe 2-star. He changed his plan last moment, did everything for the team, and really respect that. That player was Powerade X, old Golden X member, which is irony. To new Clash of Clans leader who want to build and lead a successful team, I would say get into esports, because once you have like good 5 players and you play a lot of wars with them, you get to know each other better, you improve as a player, and also it takes a lot of patience for sure. At the end, thank you so much for the interview, and thank you for all the support. That's all.
The Snapdragon Pro Series powered by Samsung Galaxy is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Monster Energy, DHL, and the U.S. Air Force.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series. We had a lot of action happening, not only in that most recent war, but we've got some off-stream updates as well, so I'll get to those in just a minute. But quick little recap on what we saw. Bash, you were heated about the inability, I guess, if you will, when it comes to Synchronic and closing out these wars, because they actually started off looking really strong this time around.
Right, and that's how they've been all season. They start out strong, but they cannot close a war to save them. That's why they're 0-5. I'm not trying to, poo-poo on them, like I said, but we've just seen it time and time again, and it's just frustrating because we know they have the talent. It's just they can't close these wars.
You got to hand it to Method Madness, though. They had a very, very good back half of the war there, kept cool, the pressure on, and they didn't know what was going to happen with Synchronic. They had no idea that they were going to end up with 0-3 on the last 3 attacks like that, but they held their cool, they didn't let the pressure get to them, and they made the comeback in a very big way and parked themselves in that 2-2 spot. So very impressive stuff out of that team.
Well deserved.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was a pretty close war across the board as well. But we also have some off-stream updates that will eventually change some of these standings. Now, first one, SE Esports versus Push. SE Esports does win, but it's only 14-13. Push had 13
only 14
stars. I'm saying it's close. SE is near perfect yet again, but Push did really well in that war. And then the other one was Underworld X versus We Stay Active, which is actually an important one for some of those middle ground leaderboard matches, and Underworld X beat We Stay Active by 1 star. It was 13-12.
Wow.
So we had some close off-stream matches as well, and that'll be interesting to check back in with at the end of the show to see what that's done for our overall leaderboard. And I just mentioned both of these teams in our off-stream updates because now they're going to be playing on stream in our next match, which is another important bubble matchup that we've got coming around the corner. This time it's going to be Push versus We Stay Active. Eric, this is important.
Well, yeah, I mean, as we go through week 3 and get set up for the final week, like, you got to separate yourself from that middle of the pack there. And both of these teams are right deep in the middle, and they got to get these critical wins here to give themselves the best chance in week 4 to make it through. Otherwise, they're going to have a much more difficult path. But Push Canada with Champ, Saki, Toku, Raya's back, and Eric able to, I mean, they just come out over and over every season here, and they continuously make it a challenge. So, I mean, they got a solid roster right there, and they're doing well at Talent 16.
This We Stay Active roster is no slouch either, though. J-My, Loster, iStock, Grim, Mr. Bianco, Franklin, Caribou. I kind of wish we saw We Stay Active versus Underworld X, but obviously scheduling and stuff kind of didn't work out. But it seems like We Stay Active, they did lose that war, but they were right there. And remember, they came out really strong, so they need to finish strong to make that make it into challenge, so to speak. So this is a big war for both of these squads, kind of a must-win situation.
All right, well, I think that game's almost ready to go. I'm going to ask you guys for predictions, then we're probably just going to go straight into it because both these teams are coming off of a loss right now, and both these teams need the win. So tell me your thoughts while we jump in.
I'm calling We Stay Active on this one here. I think that they have the stronger roster of the two teams, but I mean, Push could definitely take this, but I'm going We Stay Active.
Okay.
All right, Eric, if you're going We Stay Active, I'm going Push. I got to go.
Split it.
Honestly, this is a coin flip. I think this should be a 13-12 affair, but here we go. Ryaz back is in for Push. We got some roots going with some Electro Titans, and this one is very, very important for both of these squads, like we talked about. Zapping out over here on this far compartment and setting up some pathing now here as we take a look at the hero equipment. Lots of Root Riders here, 8 Root Riders along with a couple Electro Titans. This is my favorite combination. Using the Electro Titans with the Roots, I think is really nice. Does also have that log launcher selected as well, which will give them a little bit more force to push through the middle of the base.
Doesn't look like there was a crazy amount of value around that scatter shot that he's zapped out there, but he did get the Queen with it, so that's a very big deal right there. Invested enough lightning to make sure that he takes her down, and then running a heal spell with the Root Riders. No Rages here, no Rage Gem either, and he's just gonna go ahead and, I guess, use the King to further emphasize that top side funnel there along with lightning and drive everybody across the bottom edge of the base there, I suppose. We'll see how they path there because there is a gap in the core between the Eagle Artillery and those battle builders that could end up causing the Root Riders to all loop south and make a very, very late approach to the Town Hall.
Not to mention that we have triple Ice Golem in the Clan Castle, which on these root attacks, man, it can really stall things up, especially in these high damage areas. Does get the Royal Champion dealt with his Royal Champion. Oh, keep an eye on this because now all these roots are going to get frozen each time one of these Ice Golems is destroyed. So it's a nice tactic to kind of stall up and slow down these roots, but this has still got quite a ways to go, and everything is in here, Eric. One more Rage and one more Freeze, though.
Yeah, but he burned that Royal Champion so early in the attack there. Like, he got the Royal Champion down south there, but his Royal Champion gets picked off or goes to ability, and now he's going to get picked off there, so that's going to hurt, but he did get the punch towards the Town Hall, and his Queen, look at that Queen there. She's actually in a very, very nice position, but unfortunately, her Unicorn is getting targeted there, so she's going to lose her ability to recover herself right there, and the Root Riders are kind of stalling up at the top area around that Town Hall. So I thought it was moving decent there, but as soon as I saw that the Road Champion was kind of tossed in the mix there and ended up getting picked off there, then she can't provide the back and support that you critically need here, and obviously that's going to cause some problems here. But the Queen going to get a little bit further in the base here. The percentage is looking quite low on this one, and that's going to leave a lot to be desired on this one as We Stay Active, and J-My picking up the first defense of the war.
A big defense at that, as this one might get to 80% as the Queen tries to get through the storage. Let's see if she does. Oh yeah, she does, barely, but 80%. I think that's the lowest opener we've seen today. Not how you want to start a war, but Eric, as we saw in the last war, anything can happen. You can't get discouraged with a miss. This one, I think you're right with that World Champion just kind of being thrown in there. And the King, honestly, the King going off to the top probably hurt this. You want that King in there just kind of being beefy and tanking and helping out, especially with Ice Golems in there. You want him to alleviate some of that damage from all those troops up the middle, but with him on the outside, definitely hurt this one. It's a big miss for Raya's back, but they're still alive. As we stay active, we'll look to respond and try to open up this war with a lead of their own.
Usually when we use the lightning, we're going to trim out all the extra buildings along the edge of the base there next to where we used it. And he didn't do that. And it did end up causing the king to walk. Right. And the king with that giant gauntlet is an enormous asset. And you need to make sure that he goes into the core of the base there, because if he's able to get in there and get invincible and then surge forward like that with that giant gauntlet, like that is an insane amount of protection for your entire group there. And it does wonders to make sure that entire group stays alive. So, I mean, you add on top of that some splash damage to maybe open up some extra walls as he moves forward with the group, and he can do some work in there, and having him on the outside really, really hurt that attack. I have to wonder if he would have funneled up there and drove the king in, if it would have made the difference.
Yeah, one baby dragon, maybe one wizard. Anything like that could have been the difference in that one going through or not. iStock is in next, and look at this. A lot invested into that Queen's Invisibility Vial, but we do have a Max Eternal Tome there with the Rage Gem and a Max
Life Gem, actually.
Shield. Oh, was that Life Gem?
Yeah, that was a Life Gem there. So, I mean, it's a Lalo. You don't really want to use a Rage Gem in a Lalo in general.
Yeah, that's true, that's true.
Very few people can pull that off there, but I don't recommend it. Life Gem or Healing Tome is generally paired with Eternal Tome here for a Lalo attack. And so he's going to run with a classic here and drive the queen in towards this multi-inferno. Baby Dragon gets some funnel and wall breaking in. Wall breaker kind of a weird spot there. Not really going to support the queen though.
All right, here we go. Queen is working. He's going to cut off the pathing here with the king, so he'll try to push the queen into the defending world champion. We'll keep an eye on the queen and the healers so they don't transfer over to the king. She looks fine. A couple archers out of the clan castle. He's going to look to get this full clan castle dealt with as the queen surges forward. A couple Coco Loons in there to test for any seeking air mines, and it looks all clear, but keep an eye on this headhunter that deals a lot of damage to these heroes. Ooh, Queen got a little bit low there, but he ends up getting her back as the headhunter got taken out. If King can get this ricochet cannon, this is going to set up some nice padding for the queen to keep pushing.
Yeah, I also like this wall break, giving a queen potential access later on to go over there and get that other multi-inferno down and eventually make her way all the way around here. But he needs to get the Monolith under control. If he has his queen step too far forward here and he doesn't have the balloons in place to be able to tank the Monolith and keep that protection there for the queen, then that could end up proving to be trouble here. But he's delaying, and the queen goes to ability. Eagle Artillery strikes all go to the Unicorn. Is that what it was there? But he got the Eagle Artillery down. Maybe it wasn't directly targeting the Unicorn. It was probably targeting the queen, and then she just stepped forward inside the minimum range and dodged the strikes there. But the queen getting targeted by the Monolith. The blimp is sailing in. The balloons heavy for the right side, and Road Champion right there supporting, but he missed that multi-archer tower up top there. The queen is in trouble right now as the multi-inferno ends up targeting the healers, and she's not taking that wall break. She's taking a different path, but at least she got the Monolith down.
Yeah, she did a lot of work in there, ultimately fighting to try to keep her alive, and she falls flat there. He does have the enemy queen in here. He's freezing up the scatter shot and the queen. He's going to go ahead and use the haste on the balloons, and also the headhunter will be hasted to get into the enemy queen, so she'll get taken down there. Or did she? She did not get taken down. The headhunter must have got sniped out. So this one is going to be a defense as well, and it looks like...
Oh, the queen. Yeah, the queen. Yeah, the queen.
I was going to say, what did I miss here? What did I miss here?
I missed the queen going down. I was like, she's this multi-inferno potentially will drop, you know, but maybe not. All right, well, the queen holds the line, yeah. So where does the percentage end up here? We had an 80% there for the miss from push. This one has exceeded that, so they're going to have a percentage advantage here, Bash.
Yes, not going to be crazy, but it will be a lead nonetheless. And we've seen wars come down to 2, 3, 4 buildings. So every one of these buildings matters as these minions try to clean up, and it's going to be 90%. So we stay active, we'll get the 10% advantage after our first round of attacks. Now remember, wars are won on stars first, so you have to win out or try to get as much triples as possible. But if it does somehow tie on stars, then that's when that percentage comes in. And then on the off chance that percentage tied, then we go to time, which that's very rare to happen. But just keeping you guys informed of all of our win conditions for our clans here. This one had a lot going on for it, and just that queen seemed like the queen was kind of fighting him the whole time.
Well, I think it wasn't the problem of the queen fighting him. It's that he delayed his Lalo, and that Lalo being delayed caused the queen to not get the support that she needed at the right time. Like, she was in a very, very good position. I feel like if he would have sent the Lalo like an extra 30 seconds earlier, I think, then he would have had the balloons in position there to force the queen to circle around the outside there. Then he wouldn't have to burn so many resources to power through the Monolith. The balloons could have handled the Monolith there. I think he had a lot of potential there, but I think he kind of threw the Lalo, and that was the biggest downside of the attack here. However, now Push is sending in Eric with classic specifically for for him. I swear, this is the only deck I ever see him do. He loves it. It is going to be the Quad Clone Rage Bomb with a whole bunch of balloons inside of that blimp there. Watch the blimp. Just gonna drop the balloons out there, just have the balloons go everywhere, but oh, we're stuck in the tornado! And they're all gone! That was a lot of balloons that get caught there, and they all basically get swagged.
Wow, the balloons did not get what he was looking for. Eric actually tripled with this on broadcast last week, but he got a crazy balloon split that allowed him to destroy the core of the base. That tornado was perfectly placed and caught all of those balloons up here with all of the spells committed to essentially that clan castle balloon bomb, so to speak. It is going to be tough to recover, but remember, heroes are very strong in this game, and they're very strong for a reason. If he can get that core gutted out, he could still be fine here. Heroes are moving, dragons are moving. He might be okay.
Yeah, he's got the queen ability there. The world champion goes down. Multi-arch tower, ricochet cannon, and Expo still standing there. That's going to be a big obstacle to get through. Like, at a bare minimum, he's got the percentage up here to a decent amount. Man, that tornado trap just did so much. Like, if he could have got a spread of those balloons, and made so that they could go off in every direction and they didn't all get trapped inside the Town Blast, then he would be in a much better position here. And a lot of these core defenses would have been taken out, would have been able to then support the Dragons, surge their way forward and take some of the damage off of them, and he would have a lot more standing on the back end. But as it stands, the core does not go down, and the Tornado Trap MVP in this one gonna shut down the Clone Bomb.
And that's what we saw last week. His clone bomb spread and just crushed the core of the space. But it is 94%, so it is a very respectable percent in this war that means a ton for both of these clans. One thing here to note, I mean, these corners, sometimes we see those corners open. The corners being closed really gave the queen no chance to finish this base off, as it's going to be 94% for a push. We Stay Active is up on percent. If they can get a triple here, they'll be in a really nice spot moving into our third attacks. A really nice defense for Franklin, a really well-placed tornado spell, which, I mean, or tornado trap rather, but you kind of got to think with all those openings around the town hall area right there, you almost got to think the tornado is going to be in there somewhere.
My God, those balloons, they all got just trapped in the core. And they were also like, it seemed like they were also like pinned in between the scatter shots as well. So like there was so much damage hitting them, and that tornado trap grouped everything up and just took them all down in droves. Like that was a rough spot to be able to drop into, but I think a lot of times those extremely compact cores, if you go in with the big clone bombs like that, you can get a ton out of those cores if you just spread the clones out. Make sure you don't stack the clones. You don't want everything spawned in the same spot. You want it to reach out like an arm and spread across the base there, so you get a big spread of balloons there, just cover it all inside of that rage there, and you get a ton of the core out there. But that one, that was not the case. I mean, everything just got caught there, and he did like a circle. Like he didn't do like a arm like he usually does of clones. He did like a small circle, and it just inconveniently ended up circling the tornado trap.
Yeah, well, I mean, what Eric's talking about is sometimes you'll put the clone like one here, one here, one here to try to chain those out of that core, and he kind of just put it all in that one area. And unfortunately, that tornado said, I got you, bud. Don't worry. I'll catch all of your balloons. So it's 94%, so very respectable. And if they can get a defense here, they're still going to be really alive. That'll bring this one back. But We Stay Active going to look for that triple. Obviously, we're looking for triples on every attack, but this attack could be super valuable if they can find a 3-star.
Yeah, and right now we haven't seen this war here. I mean, interesting that we haven't. You got some solid teams here, and the Town Hall 16 defense is holding strong, but let's see what happens as Caribou sends the next attack here with a zap into Lalo. Looks like he's got a Flame Flinger selected moment here, so we'll see what he wants to do with that. But okay, he's gonna go right into the mortar here. We drew a Tesla out of the ground, trying to get some distraction for the mortar there, but ends up having to get locked onto his Flame Flinger, and he's going to end up taking a couple strikes there and lose out on some value. But I think it should still have enough punch to get the artillery down and potentially get that multi-inferno down as well.
The Fire Spirits here from the Warden will deal a little bit of damage to the multi-giant gauntlet on there. We got pretty traditional Queen set up there, pretty traditional Warden set up, but a little bit leveled up on the hero equipment. Here comes the zap on the opposite a multi-target Inferno over by the Town Hall. So setting up the pathing, setting everything up for those heroes to sweep in here. Oh, look at this. Queen's going to go in and single-handedly take down the Town Hall. It's the Eagle Artillery falls to the scatter shot up top. This is going to plan. Even though he went right into that mortar, it's looking pretty strong. Let's see if we can get that multi as the Queen deals with the Town Hall.
Interesting that he decided to go after the Expos instead of the multi-arch tower with Lightning. He had the option there, but he decided that the Expo to release some damage off the Queen there was going to be more valuable. But the King down south there, able to make his way in. If he could get the lock off of the defensive Queen and take her out of the wall there, that'd be fantastic. Look, he's circling around right now, trying to get over there to that Queen. She'll lock on right now, and he will actually get access to her. I think with the Phoenix, he should be able to pick himself right back up there. And if he gets that Queen down, that's a very big deal. But the Queen, she was able to handle her job, so everything seems to be going all right here. But the Hounds, as you can see, we only have one air defense standing, and it's completely opposite of his entry right now. So the Hounds are going to have to path all the way through the entire base there, and they're not going to stay put. So if they can just pop and drop some pups, that would be a better deal.
All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. He's got a pretty nice straight line through the base, though. So the balloons can have some pretty good following through. A couple of balloons on the outside. Honestly, I love this setup for Caribou. That Flame Flinger got the multi down, and this is looking like a 3-star. This is what We Stay Active needed in this spot. If they can get this one through and finish off the triple, it's going to be beautiful. Look at all this spell support. No doubt in my mind, this is going to be 3 stars. It's just going to be a little bit of cleanup here for the balloons as they're going to have to circle over to that battle builder.
Bash.
He didn't use the RC, right?
Yeah, I was about to point that out there. Yeah, he just swag. Look at all this swag. This is how you take a lead. This is how you make a statement. Swag's the Royal Champion completely, and a whole arsenal of spells there. Clearly, he had it completely overpowered, and that's how you get it done there, Bash. Look at that stack of spells.
Oh, the RCM, throw the shield, throw the shield, throw the shield, throw the shield. I love seeing that Seeking Shield fly all the way across the base for the last few buildings. Beautiful attack for Caribou, and they are going to push the percent, but more importantly, surge ahead with a star advantage. Really well executed attack. It's kind of segmented, like, let's put the Flame Flinger over here to deal with this, the Zap over here, the King over here, Queen will get the Town Hall, and then Lalo just has a straight line through. Well executed.
Yeah, and then the Royal Champion, oh, wait, no.
Oh, wait, yeah, just imagine if he opens Royal Champion somewhere, like Royal Champion for the Ricochet cannon at the bottom or something. That could be super Oh, man, just well thought out, well done. Beautiful plan here for Caribou, and We Stay Active get the lead on a very deserving attack.
Yeah, that was really nice there. Like, that was so much overkill. It didn't seem like it was going to be that much overkill at like 2/3 of the way through the attack there, but then I just looked down and he has just an enormous amount of resources left on standby, and there was no doubt at that point there. Like, he seemed to know he had it that under control there, because otherwise he would have been throwing down those spells there trying to recover things, you know, but he just had it in the books there from the start. He just picked that base to pieces.
I mean, let's be honest, in Clash of Clans, even in esports, one of the coolest things that players like to do is swag as much as possible. That's always been the case. The more swag, the better the attack, right? And that's exactly what Caribou does there. RC swagged out in tons of spells, but it's going to be up to Sake next with a Queen charge into Root Riders. I love the Queen charge into Root Riders. I think it's a strong attack. We see a lot of top players using it. So let's see what Sake can do here as we take a look at the hero equipment. There's that Eternal Tome and Healing Tome combo maxed out.
Like that, with a lot of rages here. If he's not going to invest the Lightning, then you're going to have a bunch of extra spells here that we can burn into rages. And if you're raging with spells, then you don't need the Rage Gem. And so Healing Tome is going to be the better option. But the Queen not needing any extra support there to get the go exactly where she wants to go. And she's also getting the Clan Castle pull. She can make her way forward here, get the multi-inferno. There's the Tornado Trap pull with the balloon right ahead of her. She'll sit right there, but she'll fight out the Ice Golems in the meantime. And our healers are also staying relatively safe here, but I'm a little bit concerned about the Expo that she's leaving behind her, because as she continues to make her way across the top of the base, that Expo is going to lock onto her healers, and that could prove to be trouble.
Oh, it seemed like he was trying to push her back over there, but he didn't get that Archer Tower down in time with the balloons and the Baby Dragon, but now the healers do get locked onto by that Archer Tower. He's going to lose at least a couple of healers here as the Root Riders get started, and there's a Siege Barracks over there on the bottom right side as well. So here we go. Roots are going to surge in for the Town Hall. It's going to be a tough task because they're not going to have much hero support here. They'll have the Warden and RC, but the King's going to be on the flank and the Queen's going to be on the opposite flank.
Yeah, but he's got the funnel being formed on both sides there actively by the King and the Queen on each side. Queen goes to ability up top. She's lost all of her healers there. Really, but when I say lost, I mean they transferred over to the Root Riders, so they're not going to waste there. The Queen will find a little bit of safety on the outside of the base there, where she will not be able to recover anymore. And the Root Riders will just try to keep on marching forward. Skeleton spell down to try to disable the monolith. The Town Hall is activated. He's got freezes in place. One more freeze. Probably to burn another one of the Town Hall here. Probably another one onto that monolith as well. But he misses the Town Hall!
Oh no.
Oh no! Misses the freeze placement there. It takes a lot of extra unnecessary damage, but Bash, he's still in this. He can still recover.
Oh, almost missed the Town Hall. He was very close to missing the Town Hall here. I was really worried about that. Root Riders is still going, tanking for the Queen, but as you mentioned, the Roots stole the healers. Now the healer's going to come back over to the Queen. Is it a little bit too late? We'll have to find out. King's still going. Phoenix, Snap Pop. This has still got a chance. This has somehow got a chance here. One more Root remaining. Phoenix pops off. King is working here. Eric gets close. It's 95.
That monolith is one shot right now, I believe, as well. So you just got to get over there and get something on it. If he's just got a little bit of distraction in front of the Queen.
Oh, Phoenix!
Oh, okay. He's just got archers and a wizard. Come on, get up front there.
Please
Don't let
stay back.
Somebody get a strike! Come on! Keep him in this war. There we go. Queen steps through. One strike, one strike, one strike. Got it! No! Got it!
No way, Eric. That was a 99%. Eric, you called that a one-shot.
I thought it was one shot. It was 2 or 3 shot.
Oh, you're back on the desk and you're back jinxing. What happened? Oh, no. All that wizard needed was one shot. Something needed one more little shot. What a heartbreak for Sake. That should have been a triple. Oh, so unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe the battle builder got a little repairs on it, because like right around when he passed through the core of the base here, I saw that the Road Champion hit it right there. The Road Champion was working on it a little bit there, but that battle builder must have gone over and repaired it, because look at the HP like right now.
Yeah,
that's the HP that I saw last shown, and then the battle builder in the meantime, while everything else looked around, was able to get a little bit of healing on it before it went down, and that ended up being the difference there. So I knew it was one shot. I didn't see that the guy recovered, though, so it wasn't anymore.
At one point, it was one shot. Oh, you had my hopes up for that one for Sake, but it's 99%. Loster is up next for We Stay Active. They still have the lead now, and all he needs to do is get some kind of decent 2-star, but a 3-star will put them in a really commanding position as we got a Warden walk into Roots with Electro Titans. Woo!
Yeah, all right, running that level 18 Giant Gauntlet. He's got that level 12 Rage Gem, maxed out Eternal Tome. And it looks like we're going for the Spirit Walk here. Just gonna pile in invisibility. Remember, alternate back and forth. Invisibility for 4.5 seconds. Spirit Fox for 4 seconds. Invisibility for 4.5 seconds. And just go back and forth there and keep that Road Champion nice and safe. She chases some ground skellies and she gets dragged outside of invisibility. Takes a lot of heat there very rapidly and forces another invisibility that's gonna throw off his groove here. She alive? Okay, she takes more damage. Okay, well those ground skellies dragging out of the invisibility really caused some problems there, but she does get her primary targets, and now the question is it enough there? He opted, a lot of people are running recall after the Spirit Walk like that, and he opts on this one to not run that, and that means that Road Champion is out of commission.
But he does have a strong setup here. The funnel is really good. He will have that battle blimp to sail across and go to the Town Hall. And if he can keep these Roots going like from the path to the multi-target Inferno Poison Tower, into the Eagle, into the other Poison Tower, they'll avoid a lot of that heavy damage by the Town Hall. I'm assuming it's going to be Yeti Bomb in the Clan Castle, so we'll have to see if there's any issues there, but there shouldn't be, and I like the pathing setup here. Triple Ice Golem will stall things, but here we go. Eric gets all on this battle blimp to take the Town Hall and alleviate some of that pressure. We get a tornado, so it's going to spin for 7 seconds around here, and then we'll get that down. King does go to Giant Gauntlet. No issues with the Town Hall. Now it's all on the Roots to push through the middle.
Looked like he was trying to get the King to take the turn into the base there, so he tried to cut out the funnel for him, but the wizard that he deployed there to try to force the King in ended up being a little bit late to take the storage down there. So King ends up getting a lot less value on the outside of the base there that he would have been able to get a full support on the inside. But at least he's over there provided some tanking as the Root Rider split off in that corner. And he did get the defensive Road Champion out of the way there, so he does have a punch going through there. He's got the healers over to the far left side of the base there with a couple of Electro Titans, and they are doing some good work. They're trying to hang on in that area, and it makes it so that he has a little bit less to handle on the backside. But I don't know, this right-hand corner really holding strong and is able to take out all of the Root Riders that were engaging it, and that's going to be the biggest trouble of the base here.
Yeah, Queen still has ability, but Also, time is not going to have enough time to circle back, so he's going to look just to run up as much percent as he can here. Remember, they were up not only on the stars, but they were up 16%. So even if he runs this up into 90, they'll still be really good on percent if push does get a triple and a defense on the next attack. So they're still going to be fine here. This one's not going to get through, but it's enough percentage that it's not going to hurt them too much, in my opinion. Man, just that whole compartment, nothing wanted to go over there, I guess, huh?
Yeah, seriously. Well, I mean, things did go over there is the thing, but he didn't have the support that he needed in that area. Like, the king ended up being on the outside of the base there, and he ended up fighting most of his time on storages and then circling that compartment with all the high damage in it. If the king was with the main pack, and if he approached that quarter from the inside instead of wrapping around the outside, I think he would have had the support that he needed, and I think that would have made a very, very big difference in this attack. But you can see the king right there missed the funnel and walked off to the right there when he seemed to have been deliberately trying to push him in with the main pack.
Yeah, I see it now. I didn't see it at the time. I just saw King go giant. But We Stay Active will lose a little bit of percent on that exchange. They're still up the star and 10%. So Push gonna look for a 3-star and then look for a defense, and then we could have a really interesting war on our hand come the 5th attacks. Anything could happen here, but it's all on Push's next attack. We really need to see that 3-stars. They're down by a triple right now, down a little bit of percent. We see a lot of defenses in this war. Get that first triple, get a little momentum going into that 5th attack, anything could happen. Let's see what Tuco's got for us.
All right, it's going to be some zap into Root Riders, and this one very similar to the other one that we saw earlier with the lightning and with a heal spell. Only one rage for this entire attack here, but level 20 giant gauntlet, get away for the queen to circle her position.
Ooh, nice.
Take her out there with an expo and a scatter shot. Very, very good value for that. But I would like to see the funnel cut here. But remember the last one ended up failing when the king walked off and missed the entry because he didn't funnel next to the lightning, and he's doing that again here. He's got the Yeti over there getting a little bit of a funnel, but if anything significant wanders up and circles that top quarter of the base, then that could be trouble again, but I guess he's just gonna go ahead and push his way into the base here, Bash.
All right, King started wandering a little bit. Oh, King wandered. Oh, come back, King. Oh, no, the King went to the outside.
That's a good side, though. At least it's not the other side there where he's taken out and dumped into an area that is effectively already dealt with and just dealing with trash out there. At least down here, he's going to provide some support. He can get the defensive row champion under control there if he would step up into her.
Yeah, he went outside. It looked like he was going to go inside, so he put the royal champion in so the King would support, but King went outside for a few collectors, I think, right there. So now the royal champion's under some heavy fire. She goes to ability, does still have Spirit Fox, so she's fine, but in the middle of this base, he's got to get this under control. His Queen is going outside now. Eric, this one is looking really risky now.
I just lost the Spirit Fox there, so row champion becomes extremely vulnerable and no more invisibility. Like, she was literally on the verge of going invisible and taking out the scatter shot, but with the Spirit Fox going down right before that went out there, he gets in the backside there. He does get the Town Hall down, but there's still a lot of base left here. King still doing good work down south there with his ability to attack. Queen ability still intact. There's definitely still a chance here. And the Queen did circle out, and she's going to go ahead and meet up at the back end of the base here. But these Root Riders are doing some serious work here. And the King arrives right at the perfect time there. Does splash damage off of the defensive King under his giant gauntlet, and he takes out the Multi-Inferno. And Push is going to get the triple on this one. It was chaotic. It was all over the place there. It was spam, and I love it. It's a triple for Push. And now they got some pressure onto We Stay Active.
Yeah, this one was definitely all over the place. I think what he wanted was he wanted the King to take that inside path there, and he was. So he put the Royal Champion in, but then the King dodged outside, so he didn't get that support. But this is what Push needed. They needed a triple on this attack. Now, if they get that defense, if it's a 90% defense, oh, baby, that last attack is beautiful. But ultimately, the ball's still in We Stay Active's court. Talked about last war, closing out wars. We Stay Active. You can close this one out. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, interesting. Like, we were watching the King so intently to see what he was going to do. And then it was actually ended up being the Queen that ended up missing the funnel. You can see that she wrapped around the outside of the base on this one. And then she was out there doing the same thing that the King did in the last one. And so she ultimately was able to make her way back there. But she spent a lot of time attacking non-defensive structures, and she would have done some serious work there in the core of the base there with his Root Riders. But I mean, at least he was able to keep him alive. He's able to push his way through, and that was the triple that they needed. That was a very, very critically timed triple right there to get on the board.
And what he really did really nice there was being patient on that last rage. When that Queen did dodge outside, he saved his last rage until the Roots were right there on the Town Hall, raged them up, surged them through that town hall, and ultimately gets through for the 3-star. So We Stay Active needs a response here, but I really like that attack from Push. A really clutch triple. They didn't get one before that, did they? They had the 99. So they needed that really, really bad. Now it's all up to their defenses.
All right. Well, I mean, let's see how prepared they came to this. I mean, you don't walk into week 3 and 4 and knowing that you are in the middle of the pack there and not come prepared with some good bases. So we'll see what that preparation looks like here, because they are in critical need of a defense right here. 90% is the mark here to be able to maintain the lead. But he's going to run that level 18 Giant Gauntlet, start off with a little bit of Lightning, and basically put on the Queen. And that Lightning going to take out a Multi-Inferno Expo, and looks like we're seeing the Healing Tome on the Warden with Eternal Tome. Level 17 on that Seeking Shield there is enough to get a little bit extra out of it, but it's not going to increase the damage of it until level 18. So I think a lot of people are still waiting on some Glowy Ore. It seems to be the biggest bottleneck there for a lot of this hero equipment. So a lot of it is sitting right at the bottom of the threshold there to get the extra boost to a lot of those abilities right there. So we'll see those get stronger and stronger as time progresses. And I mean, as they make it towards closer and closer to the finals every week, they get a little bit stronger there as they continue to level that equipment up. But over to the right side, Warden working his way in. He's got the Flame Flicker with the distraction for the mortar up there, able to power through that and get tested out of the ground. And it looks like he's all set up here to funnel right into the core of the base through the Eagle Artillery.
You talked about the hero equipment. Every little level does matter, though, because you don't get crazy significant boosts. It's every like 3 levels you get those significant boosts, but every level you do get a little bit of a boost. As Franklin's throwing it all in here, we get the Roots in, the Electro Titans. He probably should have got that air defense out with his Warden walk-ins. It's taking out a little bit of healers. Uh-oh, close chat. Read those chat rules.
You read the chat rules.
All right, there we go. Roots are working through the middle of the base. King circles back, gets distracted there by the enemy King, but it should be no issue here. Triple Ice going on the Clan Castle, and keep an eye on this invisibility tower, as that'll go up as everything. Wait, what are the heroes doing?
The heroes are going north there. He never took out the storage up there, and that's going to cause the King and the Queen to divert.
Oh, no.
The King's going to stay to the outside. The Queen's going to go back. There's that invisibility tower. The Queen will actually step into that invisibility, but she'll be standing right on top of the town hall once she comes out of that, and then it goes off on her. But the healers, they're not getting targeted right now. There's a lot of Root Riders right there.
Yeah, all the Roots are tanking it.
Yeah, he's got a Rage Tower, and all the beams of the Inferno were tanked there, but now he gets the healers pulled into the poison.
This might be okay.
And red air bombs, and I don't know, Bash.
Yeah, he's got RC at the bottom. King goes to ability there.
Yeah, I think
Queen goes to ability, but she was in the poison. It's going to be close at minimum.
He's got more Root Riders popping out of the Flame Thinger. You're going to go support with the King up at the top of the base there. He's doing some good work, even though he swung to the outside, but at least he's coming back at a good time. Road Champion with that King
this is good.
supporting right there is going to get the rest of these defenses down. And Franklin, who, I mean, I thought he was going to be in a lot of trouble there when the King and Queen started wandering off there, but he ends up having that Queen go back into the core of the base there. She got the support that he needed, and the Riders ended up just walking right past that town hall with that invisibility, and they just provided tons of tanking there. He got what he needs, and the King comes back in and saves it with the Road Champion at the end. So it is a triple. We Stay Active stayed on top, 10 stars on the board, 9 on the other side, and they control the war as we go to the final exchange.
Whew, that was a close one. That was a lot closer than it looked there at the end as the heroes walked outside. You're right, though. He needed just like maybe a sneaky goblin, maybe a wizard, just something over there, maybe one of the super barbarians to take that storage out. But ultimately, it doesn't matter as the King's able to circle through there. Good identification to put the Royal Champion in there. Right as everything's in the middle of that base, puts that Royal Champion in to kind of thin out and work through and kind of connect at the perfect time there. So We Stay Active maintains that star lead. Now it's going to make Push have to get the 3-star and have to get a defense on their last attack and defense, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really critical point for them, because you talked about how Synchronic was in the position that they were in because they were struggling at the close. And so this is their chance to prove that they can close and basically put themselves on the higher end of the pack here, the middle of the pack here, which is, I mean, often is the end of the season here is a battle to try to secure one of those 4 spots there into the finals.
Yeah, I mean, week 3, week 4, always crazy, but we talk about it. That 4 spot is just as important as the 5 spot a lot of times here, as Champ is going to come in for Push. We got more Root Riders here, more Zap Root Riders at that. honestly, this attack has been working pretty well for both of these teams. Looks like a pretty standard hero equipment setup for this style of attack going up against Loster's base here. Let's see what he's going to zap out. He's going to go for the mono and the poison tower up top. So no healers here, so no Warden Walk, no Queen Walk, anything like that. He's just going to set up a basic funnel here with the Super Barbarians and push it all right in towards that enemy Queen.
Yeah, just Super Barbs can do a great job of forming a funnel here. And he does have a log launcher, so I mean, it's kind of weird to run a log launcher at this angle because, yeah, he would be able to push his way towards the town hall if he approaches through the defensive queen. But I feel like he should swap out to a different siege.
I think
my personal opinion.
Yeah, send Blimp for the town hall. I mean, I know you would fight the sweeper, but the log launcher's not going to do much for you here, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd choice there, but I guess we'll see if it works. He'll get the main punch in here. Everybody stacked up tight, so he's going to get a lot of value out of the ward ability, so that should be good. Log launcher going to clear all these grass skellies, get some of the kind of castle troops out of the way there, mainly those archers, and he's got the ward ability getting an enormous amount of value here, but if that log launcher is able to deliver some Yetis or something into the town hall, and he can invest, no, he doesn't have a rage. I was about to say, if he maybe invested a rage into it, then that could get the job done. But I'm a little bit concerned about the town hall takedown right now. He does have the core group there splitting towards the town hall, and Root Riders get the walls open, but he really needs those Yetis to secure the town hall takedown to have the best chance here.
Does use the freeze to just alleviate a little bit of that damage. They're stuck on the enemy king. Let's see if these Yeti mites get it. They don't.
Okay.
The Queen is right there, Eric. Queen will pop in there. I don't know if he needed to put RC in there.
No, it's okay because he has the Queen, and she can pop her ability, get the defensive king out of the way, and Royal Champion can release the damage off of the Queen and ultimately save her. That was a very, very smart call to get the Royal Champion. That was a split-second decision, and it saves the Queen, and that's going to really, really assist with his cleanup right there as well.
Queen's dead.
Oh, maybe not. Okay. He's got wizards, I guess, and the king is looping that way, but look at the bottom of the base there.
Yeah.
Riders doing some work, and Royal Champion is going to go over and join him in just a second and be able to pop her shield and clear the rest of the defenses. Bash, he's done it. He's got the triple. Push gets to 12, and We Stay Active now has the pressure on as they begin their final attack.
It's going to be a 91% to win the war for We Stay Active. They don't need a 3-star. They are up 10%. This is exactly what Champ needed to do to give his squad a chance. This was honestly a pretty commanding attack. We questioned the wall wrecker, or the log launcher, excuse me, but it ends up getting through just fine. It opens up the base perfectly, so those Yetis did enough damage. The Queen could step up and take it down, swagging out the King and the RC ability. Nothing wrong with that, Eric. It's a 12-star performance for push. Now they're going to lean on their defenses. They're looking for anything in the 80s, and they'll win this war.
Yeah, and very, very big moment for them because if did they do any offline matches? I don't know if they did or not. I forget.
Yeah, they did one before this.
Did they win it?
Oh, I want to say they lost to SE.
Ooh.
But it was close. It was 14-13. But
that's right. That's right. So they would be 1-4 right now. So if Push wants any chance of making it into the finals, then they need to get a hold right here. But We Stay Active is faring a bit better, and they can move into the top end of the pack here because the last recorded record I have for them is a 2-1 is where they started the day. So if they didn't do any offline matches, then they would be going 3-1 with a win right here. So
they played, and I think they lost also.
Ooh, so even more impactful than if they're currently 2-2 to go into.
One of these teams won, one of these teams lost, I think. I don't know which ones. I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, I guess I'll get the between the matches on that.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we have the information for you, but let's check out this final attack for J Mai. It's anything above 90% wins the war, and it's going to be a Root Rider attack. Imagine that.
All right, Root Riders will get the support of those rocket balloons, and actually, he ended up taking out the buildings right there. He clones over the wall and is able to land right there, but Ice Golem's going to freeze up his super archers and going to cause little problems there, but only one of the freezes goes out there, but there's more Ice Golems that are right there that could end up popping. He needs to secure the town takedown before another one pops, and that is going to be a big problem if he doesn't. Oh, they wander out. Town Hall is engaged. The super archers right there. Take it. No! Town Hall stay standing, and we stay active might be in trouble.
Eric, both of these teams lost their offline matches. I was thinking of Underworld X that got the victory. Both of these teams lost their offline matches, so this is a crucial war for both of these squads, and J-Mai is feeling the pressure now as he's gonna have to push everything into this Town Hall compartment. Obviously, the Super Archers were supposed to get that, but now it's gonna be on the Root Riders or the King or the Queen or the RC. Something's gotta go in there and get the Town Hall. But honestly, if he doesn't panic and he lets everything kind of walk around the outside here, he could be fine. He could send RC in there. I'm just a little bit worried about those poison towers, but the Roots are actually going to cut in and go for the Town Hall now.
Yeah, but at least the Super Archers got both of the poison towers pre-triggered here, and I don't think that Town Hall recovered from the Battle Builders. I think the Battle Builders were so distracted on everything else in the area that I think it's still a low HP. So he engages it now. No, just kidding. It's back to full HP, but he quickly will power through it. And then the Root Riders are going to go right through the poison. I was hoping they'd turn to the left there and go to the Multi-Inferno there, but they stand right inside the poison. Healers going to get dragged to the poison as well. There's right air bombs, and the healers all go down, but the King pops his ability on the outside of the base down south, and he'll start to wrap around and provide some tanking. I think all eyes are on this Royal Champion right now, as she's going to have to do the heavy lifting to the backside here. Root Rider's looking okay. J-Mai looking to go the distance. A minute left on the clock, and he's got enough force here to easily power through, and we stay active, looking to go to a 3-2 record.
We Stay Active have came out firing shots week after week. Yeah, they might have lost their offline match, but they get the victory here. That's how you close out a war. They get 2 victories to answer Push's 2 victories. That's what you like to see. Keep that lead, finish strong, and move forward.
Yeah, and just keep it as cool here after the Town Hall didn't go down. But you know what? He got the Eagle Artillery, and there was a lot of extra value around the Eagle Artillery that he did claim out there on all sides of it. So the fact that he got the scatter shots, he got the Infernos over there, he got the multi-archer towers, there was a huge amount of value that he picked up there outside the Town Hall. The Town Hall was just going to be icing on the cake there on top of everything else there. So like all things considered, he didn't necessarily need to take the Town Hall like we typically would see there because he was able to claim so much else around it.
Yeah, crazy value for J-Mai, crazy close. What a war, man. That one was close back and forth. Both of those teams needed that victory, let's be honest with you. And man, We Stay Active, step up and close that war. That's all I've been asking for. But guys, we got a short break, but don't go anywhere. We got an awesome war for you guys in our final war of the night. You guys are watching the Snapdragon Pro Series. I was gonna say We Stay Active Pro Series. The Snapdragon Pro Series. We'll be back.
Welcome to the place where dreams come true. Where everything you want can be yours. If and only if you're willing to work for them. You're willing to hurt for them. But most of all, you're willing to be first for them. Ha! Look, I'm going straight to the top. I don't know how I would stop, like it or not. I got some goals that I'm hitting. You hear what I'm spitting? It's hot. Look what I got. Whole lot of passion and pain. The road to success is insane. Stay out my lane.
The Snapdragon Pro Series powered by Samsung Galaxy is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Monster Energy, DHL, and the U.S. Air Force.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Snapdragon Pro Series. Our third war comes to a close, and it's We Stay Active who are able to take this one home. And this is huge because we were talking about these teams. They were ones that needed to have some really strong performances. They're around that fourth place bubble and looking towards challenge finals. This was a very important performance, Bash.
And We Stay Active stepped up when they needed it most. I was worried, not gonna lie. Push came out in that fourth, fifth spot. They came up and answered when they needed to. But ultimately, We Stay Active closed the war. That's all I've been asking for. Close out your wars when you have the leads. We Stay Active do just that, and they deserve this victory.
Yeah, unfortunately for Push, though, with that loss in the offline match, they're going to be facing the same fate as Synchronic now with their fifth loss overall on the boards there. So they are mathematically eliminated, so they'll be the first two out. But we did hear that SE Esports, since they won their offline match, that they were be the first ones to actually qualify for challenge. So very, very big developments right there as we see our first confirmed and eliminated teams.
Yeah, we'll take a look at these final results here of that last war, but you're talking about starting to confirm, starting to eliminate some of these teams. We also had one more off-stream war that was going on during this war that we're now wrapping up and concluding here between Push and We Stay Active, and that was between Underworld X and United Gaming, and I don't know what happened, okay? I might have to see if we can find some highlights for next week or something, because Underworld X had a perfect war and beat United Gaming.
Wow. I wish we could watch all these wars.
Exactly.
Like,
7-hour stream? Let's go.
7 hours. Oh, man, that is insane. A perfect war against UG. I mean, I feel like we're not putting enough respect on Underworld X.
Right?
I mean, I said earlier in the broadcast, I wish we would have saw them play their other offline match, but it turns out we missed a crazy match against UG. Oh.
Yeah, that's, I mean, was that put them like 4-1 now?
3-1, 4-1?
Yeah, they're up on the top half there. They're in a really good spot there to potentially just reach out and grab one of those confirmed spots there for the finals. So I mean, they're running hot right now.
Yeah, that's a massive, massive win for Underworld X. They were one of those teams that started around that bubble heading into today. So that type of a win against a team like United Gaming is huge for them moving forward, whether that's the end of this week or focusing up on the final week of our challenge season. But we still have one more final war here today for the on-stream side of things for us to get into and talk about. To close out the day, it's going to be Method to Madness versus SE Esports. You excited for this one?
I am. This was the one that I saw in the lineup here, and this was the one that I was most pumped about, because now you have the confirmed team versus the team in the middle of the pack there, striving to make it through to the top end, and Method to Madness has their work cut out for them. This might be their biggest match of the season.
I mean, might be. It definitely is. But I'm sorry, Method to Madness. I'm looking for SE Esports to go 7-0, and I want to see. I want to see a perfect. I want to see another perfect. I like the undefeated storyline personally.
Yeah.
They've been performing out of their minds, so I would not be surprised if we see another top-tier performance out of the likes of SE Esports. But looking at Method to Madness, we've now seen what Underworld X could do against UG. Is Method to Madness the one that topples SE Esports?
Oof. I mean, it would be kind of interesting if no teams were able to go undefeated there, and that would just make the challenge finals that much more exciting to know that all the teams are on such an even playing field like that. But is it really ever an even playing field when you have a roster stacked like Savage Esports does?
Yeah, I mean, all they're missing is SE Bash, and they would just be unstoppable.
Yeah, all right.
Well, I mean, we talked about it earlier. This team, not only do they have a stacked lineup, but they're just really fun to watch. They they kind of do some of the stuff that we don't see some of these other teams doing, and they do it really well. That's what I like about this SE team. They have some of the best players in NA, and they just do some really cool attacks.
All right, chat. Well, before we close out the day, I haven't even asked you guys once yet. Let us know your thoughts on this last matchup of the day. Which team do you think is going to be taking this one home? Will SE Esports remain undefeated and near flawless all season so far? Or will it be Method to Madness who's able to close out a very important game when it comes to their overall journey, trying to make their way through to the Challenge Finals? It's going to be an exciting one, to be sure. I'll ask the boys how they think it's going to play out here as well. Won't require stars or anything, but do you think it's going to go the way of SE?
I'm calling double perfect. We'll let time decide. I don't know.
Double perfect. I mean,
imagine.
I'm definitely going perfect for SE. I mean, SE's bases are on a whole different level. I'm going to go 15-13.
All right. Well, we'll see how close you are to being right. You even gave a little bit of stars there. I'll send you off to the other half of the studio for the last time today.
Let's go.
Let's close it out.
All right, here we go, guys. War number 4, SE Esports look to remain flawless, which, I mean, I personally want to see. I just like undefeated storylines. That excites me, Eric. I don't know about you.
I mean, there's always seems to be one team every season who goes undefeated, and usually it's like United Gaming or somebody like that, right? Or I guess last season it was Empire. But then again, SE Esports has a few of the former players of like a lot of the top teams there. They like just kind of all the best teams in North America, all the top players, and just put them onto one team. And so like I guess that would just kind of be the natural result of that, right?
But if I remember right, Empire was undefeated last season and went 2-0.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Challenge Finals, so maybe it's not the blessing that it seems. Let's hop in here, guys. It's war number 4 of week 3 of our challenge phase. Grom is coming in. Let's see if it's that. Yep, here we go. The Kill Squad Hog attack. Same hero equipment as we saw last time. The Eternal Tome, the Healing Tome on the Warden there, maxed out. So let's see if Grom can get this funnel a little better. That was the issue on the last one. The funnel wasn't set and ultimately caused some issues.
All right, well, the King is going to dive in towards the Eagle Artillery, Wizards and Yetis, punching him in right with the pack there. He should stay with the group there, and Root Riders will go ahead and make their way in right with them, and he's going for that big Root Rider hero kill squad, and then try to do the hogs on the other side here. But I feel like the way that you make this attack work is if you can get the heroes to cross the whole base there and secure the talent takedown. But he is going to pair an Earthquake with the Log Launcher and try to get more value out of it, but unfortunately, the Log Launcher went down rather early, and that's not going to happen for him.
And here we go with the Queen going to the outside. That's going to allow these super minions just to eat up everything in the core. The Phoenix is in there and trying to deal a little bit of damage, but ultimately the Phoenix is going to get taken out by these super minions as well. So the super minions, they have to be dealt with, or else they're going to eat these hogs up as well. Queen is in there, but she still has ability. She's not going to get to these super minions. It's going to be in the Royal Champion now to get through there, and he's got a strong path of defenses to get through to get to the Town Hall.
Well, at least the Queen's going to stay alive here, so you can potentially, oh, just kidding, she's going to walk herself right into some more danger. Actually, she has her ability. She wraps all the way around, then picks up an Expo, goes to the defensive Queen, takes her out, works on the Monolith. Is it another Expo here? This Queen is doing so much work. But the Expo does stay standing, and the Town Hall is still a little bit of a nuisance, but the ward ability with the Healing Tome may give him what he needs here to power through that, but he doesn't have a lot of hogs left right now.
Still has one heal spell, so he can use that heal on the hogs or the Royal Champion. Actually, he's going to have to use it on the Royal Champion as most of the hogs are down here, but she's got a lot to clear out here. Still got the couple of Expos, Scatter Shot. I don't think this one's going to get through for Grom. I mean, with the heal, it'll be interesting, but it's still so much base remaining.
Yeah, RC has her ability, but that Expo that the Queen almost got down is doing so much work here. I have to wonder if that Expo would have gone down to the Queen, if he would have been able to maintain this Road Champion ability for longer than it's going to end up lasting. But the Diggy and the Spirit Fox working together. Remember, Diggy's on the Warden, Spirit Fox on the Road Champion. She's staying alive. She's actually staying alive for a lot longer than expected, and there's the Tornado Trap as well. And, I mean, she's still alive. She's still got her ability. There's still a chance.
Yeah, there still is. Once she pops that ability, she'll get a little bit of health back. Did the Spirit Fox? No, Spirit Fox is up there, so he's still fine. He's still cooking. RC goes back to full.
Go disappear again? No, Spirit Fox went down.
Yeah, the Spirit Fox went down. Oh, wait a second.
Diggy still around?
No, Diggy got taken.
Take this. Oh, my God.
My goodness.
What the heck?
Time.
All right, well, Warden's working on the storage there. Is that enough time?
Elixir storage over there on the left. That's the issue. It's 99. It's 99.
No.
Oh, wait, Wizards, go Wizards, go Wizards. Oh,
they don't have
98.
time. They won't even get the shot off in the air. The other storage stays steady as well. Man, that came a lot closer than I thought there. I think if the World Champion ended up surviving that last little tiny bit of damage there, then I think the time fail would have been avoided. But, I mean, it went a lot further than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be shut down right after the town hall takedown, but that coasted forever.
And yeah, I honestly thought that would maybe be 85%. Ends up being almost a 3-star. I mean, realistically, just the time failed, then 98%. That's what I'm talking about. These heroes are crazy. If you can just manage your heroes, you have a shot in any attack. And Grom shows us just that. Yeah, look at this. Just that last, the last Wizard Tower shot. The trade-off ultimately cost him the 3-star. The Wizards couldn't get over there in time. But, I mean, 98% is good, but you don't want to leave too many openings. Damien is going to be up now, and we got a zap into Lalo. Flameflinger over there on the left-hand side. Looking at the hero equipment, looks pretty standard so far from what we've been seeing. And again, Eric, that Warden equipment maxed out.
All right, well, I mean, it is very unfortunate for them to miss, especially when you're playing against a team that's been playing so hot as SE Esports has been. So, I mean, that's not how they wanted to start it. But Damien make his way in with the King going into the defensive road champion. Headhunter down. Headhunter is outside of the range of the multi-inferno, so not going to be taking any damage right there, and the King will just lead the charge in that compartment there. Followed by ground skills, but the Queen will join in now, and a Root Rider is going to over the base a little bit wider there. Remember, a wall breaker would not be able to target any of that compartment there, so the Root Rider is not only providing tanking, but getting the walls open there. The King surges all the way forward there, and he's stuck in the tornado trap, but he got the tornado pre-triggered there, and he does loop all the way around there, doing a full circle, and continues attacking the Town Hall, but the Queen is taking damage there. And okay, oh, look at that. The Queen steps forward, pops her ability, all the balloons, all the ground skills, everything was invisible right there, and that gets the Queen through. Very, very clutch invisibility right there.
Really well done for Damien. Now the Royal Champion's just working in right behind where those heroes were. He's going to have to surge through this tough compartment here. We'll see some Headhunters come in to deal with that enemy King. He has his Royal Champion working through that Ricochet cannon. I love the setup here. That Flameflinger still doing tons and tons of work in there. The Warden ability goes off, and it looks like the Headhunters are on the Queen, and she goes down. Now look at this. The Royal Champion is going to be supported by these balloons, so she'll be able to stay up. This is well executed here for Damien.
Yeah, on top of that, the Flameflinger is going to get that scatter shot off the backside of the base there, drop out super minions, and so that area of the base there is also handled. I mean, he's out of spells, he's out of resources, but there's so many balloons here that the base is out of defenses, so clearly he's got it under control. Damien will, I guess, get the team in the lead here by 2 buildings, but a star up here to start us off here, and SE Esports. Savage Elite continues their reign of terror here as they try to continue to push towards a perfect challenge season.
Is this just spam loons? Is this their meta? Spam loons? Everyone else is spamming Root Riders and Titans and stuff. They're just spam loons and win?
It's hard to spam balloons and still get a triple there. But, I mean, you got to have the setup. Balloons are all about the setup there. You get it right, and the balloons become easier and easier, and it's just about getting the value with the heroes right there. And he delivered on that. And that invisibility that he got at the Town Hall, that would have been make or break right there with that Queen. That was so absolutely clutch right there, and that's a nice heads-up play.
And that's what separates some of these teams and some of these players is it's just those little minor details. Using that invisibility, using that Queen ability to get the Town Hall down is a big difference maker in this attack. Very well done. You're right, Eric. It's all about the setup on these Lalo attacks. The Lalo is going to sweep through and take out all the defenses, but ultimately it was on the heroes and that Flameflinger to get the balloons in the position to get that 3-star. So beautiful attack from Damien. Honestly, we could be tied right here, but unfortunately Grom had the 98% time fill. We got a lot of war to go, a lot of attacks to go, but this one's already exciting. These two teams ramping up, looking to go head-to-head. I mean, could we see that upset? I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, even though Savage Elite has played as well as they have not had all perfect wars. Like, they had all 14 and 15-star wars, so clearly they're playing phenomenal. Definitely top tier across the world, but they are not infallible, and so they could end up with a mistake, and Method Madness just needs to stay in the running here. They need to keep their cool like they did in the previous wars, and they need to make sure that they just go out there with the clear head and get the triples on the board there and stay pace.
Yeah, but Eric, if you told me that we're going to go out every war and get 14 stars, I'd be feeling pretty good about my chances, not gonna lie. Although, I mean, we did see Synchronic lose a 14-star war, so that does happen. Seaman is in next, and we got more Root Riders coming in. Root Riders with a few hogs. We do have some healers. Battle Blunt's gonna come in, probably take out this Ricochet area. Rage is up. Ricochet cannon will go down. The scatter shot could go down as well. But look, oh yeah, look at that. The Royal Champion, I was just gonna say, we'll see if the Royal Champion goes down, but she gets 8 alive right there. And also pulls out the clan castle so the queen can deal with them in safety.
All right, and he even gets a jump forward there. So as long as the queen goes towards Town Hall, she'll be in a very, very good spot here. It looks like she's funneled to go that direction here. The king's gonna go to the outside of the base there to make sure that she goes in. Cut out the funnel on the outside, get the defensive king dealt with there. And I think overall his funnel looks pretty solid here. That defensive road champion had kind of an awkward spot there, but I don't think it's going to cause any problems. I think the queen is going to march her way right in, and I don't see her missing this Town Hall because he's keeping her very well protected. He has no damage on his flanks. He only has to fight what is directly in front of him, and that's always what we're looking for with these queen charges.
It's a beautiful setup here for Seaman, and here come the Root Riders down at the bottom of the side. The queen shouldn't be under too much pressure, although keep an eye on when that Rage Tower pops. That will ramp up the pressure from these expos, and the Town Hall will be activated, so he may need to commit maybe a freeze or 2 freezes. In the
visibility, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a better call.
Okay, let's see what he does there, but the Roots are working around the top side. The Rage Tower still hasn't gone off, so he's actually fine. I thought the Rage Tower would go off by now. It's the opposite Rage Tower. Why didn't that Rage go off? That's... I'm confused.
Well, either way, I guess the queen is going to march her way through and a lot more safety. Doesn't need to burn any additional spells right there. More freezes, more invisibilities to support the Root Riders and the Royal Champion as they march across the other side of the base here. And Seaman looking very, very solid. Freezes in the scatter shot into the Ricochet cannon. And here comes the Headhunters if the left side of the base there, but they're both going to go down to the Ricochet cannon. Yeah, it's going to pick up both of them at once. So he's got more freezes, though. He's got plenty of support here. It looks like he's got it under control. Swag Queen, Swag Road Champion, Swag him or not, one way or another, there is plenty of force here, and they're marching their way to a 3-star.
Beautiful attack here from Seaman. The queen charge was really nicely done on this one. That's what I'm talking about with Method Madness. They have a lot of veteran players. They can really keep up with some of our top teams. Look for them next week. I mean, I'm really interested at the end of our show to see where our standings are. Seaman will get the 3-star here, pulling even on stars with SE Esports, but ultimately they will need a defense at some point, as they did miss with a 98%, but that one very well executed on that queen charge.
Yeah, that was very, very nice. Love to see that. And with the miss there on the previous attack at only a 98%, the defense that they need is nothing crazy. Like they just pretty much need almost any defense with that. Like another time fail on the other side there, like imagine like a 97% time fail. That would be wild if we end up with something like that close. But I think it's hard to stop SE Esports is going to be the problem, though, because they've been playing so strong. So, I mean, if you have all your best bases and you had fresh bases, now might have been the war to break them out here, because this is obviously a very big war here for Method of Madness. And SE Esports, with their position already locked in for Challenge Finals, they're just kind of coasting here. They're just having a good time. The pressure's off of them. And so mentally, they can just kind of relax, and they don't have to worry about that because they're already in the money.
Yeah, I wonder if next week, if they come out and firing, or if they kind of just take it chill next week. Because, I mean, if they win this war, they could be 6-0. They have one war next week. But, I mean, you kind of just take that war off 6-1 and still get first place, potentially.
Oh, yeah, they've been running hot here. This is a very, very good team. And, like, we see them making waves on the international circuits as well across the world. Like, this is a stacked roster, not just in the North American circuits, but, like, as a worldwide international squad there. Like, I really think I'm going to be looking out for this team in the next World Championship run as well, because they got some potential.
I've been asking for an NA Worlds team for so long. Could this be the team to do it? But first, let's see if they can conquer NA. Max is in with a Skelly Donut into Lalo. One of my personal favorite attacks. So he's going to use skeleton spells and bat spells to take down the monolith and the clan castle. Remember, when that clan castle is destroyed, nothing will come out of it. So that's why you use this attack. Skeletons will go ahead and secure that town hall, or the clan castle, excuse me, and the monolith is taken down by the bats. So perfect setup there from Max. Now he's going to look to connect with the heroes. Looks like going to go for the town hall with the heroes with the flame flinger up top.
That Road Champion on defense was just kind of like standing right at the perfect edge of that invisibility, and the skeletons almost got her down as an extra bonus there. That would have been crazy, but she stays standing. but she is at critically low HP, and no amount of battle builders can save her. They can sit there and stare at her, and she's hurting right now, to say the least. But look at this King. The King diving in. He's got a nice was a level 23 giant gauntlet right there. And so he's going to be able to go ahead and secure the talent takedown. He's got the Flame Flicker move at the very top of the base. And so he's kind of just attacking this base on multiple fronts at the same time with no Clan Castle to pop out and have to deal with. And this Queen getting followed by the King, or Champion getting support on the left side of the base there. And everything is going so smooth right now for Max.
Yeah, this is just a well thought out plan. This is what I love about SE Esports. The way they see bases is just on another level. They're able to break it down. And in the esports format, we talk about it all the time, but in the esports format where you need to have those attacks planned in 8 minutes, 13 minutes, like you have to go quick. They are so good at breaking down a base and getting the right plan on the right base. Lalo is in from that right side as the Royal Champion's going to throw her Seeking Shield and get to that multi. This one's already looking crushed, but he's still got some defenses to work through with the Queen and Royal Champion working through the top side. I like his chances here, though, Eric.
Yeah, I also like, look at that Inferno Dragon and Dragon right out of the Flame Flicker up top there, so he'll get the defensive King down. Looks like the defensive King intercepts the Royal Champion. The Queen's still alive and moving. He's got so many balloons collapsed in the core, and every bit of the outside buildings are all engaged over there. And look at the overkill here for Max. And Max was on the winning team last season when they played out in Seattle and won the championship there, and he was the leader for the team, the heart of the team. And he is continuing that trend right here as he continues to lay down triple after triple for Savage Elite.
And one thing he did there, you pointed out the top Dragon Rider, but he put one at the bottom as well. And that bottom one just helped set up the pathing for the balloons. But Eric, you see what I'm seeing? It's a balloon parade! Beautiful attack from Max. They get the response and maintain their 2% lead, also their 1-star advantage. So Method to Madness, they're having a pretty good war thus far, but you got to just keep up with SC and just hope they make that one mistake that you can capitalize on.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If mistakes happen, they usually will cascade into further and further mistakes if they aren't handled immediately and properly. And so sometimes it can just be one mistake that gets out of control and causes an entire attack to go off the rails. So you just got to be patient. You got to keep getting the triples, and you just got to wait for them to maybe slip up somewhere, because it's not a very common thing for them to slip up very big, but it can happen, and they just got to stay paced. That's the biggest thing here.
Well, I mean, we talked about it. I mean, their lowest score is 14. So if they slip up once, I mean, with it being a 98% on their miss, if Method Madness can keep up, I mean, they could be right there. That's the tough thing, though, is keeping up. It's tough to put up those 14, those 15-star performances. Well, I mean, their max is 14 right now, but even that is really challenging to do. I mean, no, Town Hall 16 is offensive heavy, but you're going against some really crazy bases from SE Esports. So still a lot of war to go. We got 6 attacks remaining, but a lot on the line here for Method to Madness. They need a win in the biggest way against our top team.
And I say wait for a mistake there, but then again, Method to Madness could easily just have a mistake of their own. And so mistakes can happen on both sides here, but I guess we'll see what happens. Boone is in. Method to Madness, pressure ramping here as we move into the midpoint of the war. But looks like a level 26 giant gauntlet, level 18 rage gem, maxed out invisibility vial. Believe that archer puppet stays standing there. But look at the hero levels here. I mean, all these equipment levels are insane, and that's going to give him a nice boost here. But he's got 7 Root Riders, and he'll set it all up here with the Lightning and the Warder Walk. The Lightning was able to get the defensive Queen out of the way there, so it's just a quick and easy setup. Just over 30 seconds invested in that. And now the march across the base here through the Eagle Artillery, and he's got a long way to go to reach that Town Hall.
It is a long way indeed, but does have the battle drill. But remember, you can swap that out at any given time. So if things are looking like they're not going the right way he wants, he can ultimately swap that battle drill out. Royal Champions coming in from the top side. Keep an eye on these ice golems as they're going to freeze up and stall everything as they work through. Oh, King.
Oh, King turns back.
He comes back for the ice golems. Nice.
Yeah. All right, that worked out. Those ice golems actually working to his advantage right there, prevented the King from walking off there, but he's got the defensive Royal Champion engaged here, and now Battle Drill deploys over to support on the left side there. A couple balloons as well. Get the cannon down, surge his way in. but RC looking completely healthy, all the way topped off. Healer staying under rage and keeping the entire pack moving strong, but I'm a little bit concerned about this right side multi-inferno. He needs to get that under control there, or it's going to wreck his healers from behind.
All right, that's something to keep an eye on as we go forward. King is surging ahead. The roots are going to open a path to the Town Hall, which will allow the King to get in there. The battle drill is in the mix of it, is in the middle of everything as well. Let's see where the Royal Champion is. She's right in there as well. Everything's just kind of working together. That's what you want. Queen finally goes over, takes down that multi, but some of the healers are really damaged, and I'm thinking we're going to see, yeah, there we go. There's red air mines probably right in the middle of this base, but it might be too late for this base to defend.
Yeah, battle drill still working on the right side and still containing whatever troops are inside of it, and we'll start to work on the right flank there because everybody else is continuing to push through this defensive multi-inferno, and they do take it. The Royal Champion able to get the final strike there. The King is under Phoenix. RC is going down. There's a Root Rider still alive. The Phoenix is still moving. If that air defense goes down, then maybe the Phoenix can do some work here, but whatever is inside of this battle drill has to carry this attack here. But the air defense does go down.
It's time though.
And the Root Rider dies out here. Yeah, time is the biggest issue here. I think he's got it with the
It's time fail, Eric. It's a time fail.
No, I think you're right.
He's got hogs in there.
Hogs, he's got hogs inside.
But they got to go up there, clear all that, come back for these 3 storages. There's no way he's getting those 3 storages in 20 seconds.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, he does move a lot faster with hogs than he would with the battle drill, so that's probably the right call. And they split in every direction as well. But they're going to spend too much time up at the top there, and all of these storages are going to stay standing, even the sneaky goblin down there. He needed one of the heroes to survive. That was the biggest thing there. He needed the Queen, ideally, to stay alive in the area because she was right in position to be able to grab all of that. But he may have still struggled with the cleanup on the right side. So it's another miss. And we just said it. We just said it, that we had to wait for SE Esports to make a mistake, but Method of Madness is still fully capable of making some mistakes of their own, and they do find another one there. And it wasn't really a major mistake.
Yeah, it's not really like mistakes. It's time. It's the clock. The clock is beating them here, which is unfortunate because they're running some really nice plans, some really good stuff. I love this plan from Boone, but ultimately the heroes just can't make it through that Town Hall. The bad thing here is if, as you see, everything approaching, everything's funneled into that Town Hall poison, and that was the issue. The RC gets in there, the King's in there, and that's what cost him this attack. Everything was right in there and just didn't have enough cleanup. So it's not like they're throwing up bad plans or they're just missing real big. They're just missing because the clock is beating them. And even if that is the case, you can't have that against SE Esports, unfortunately.
Yeah, SE Esports is playing so efficiently here that they're not wasting any time in the clock. But now they're going to send in Van. He's going for another Scaling Donut. We already saw Max pulling this off in the previous attack there, but level 15 on that Giant Gun and maxed out Rage Vial there, but Max equipped with the Warden there, running the Healing Tome and the Eternal Tome at level 18 is going to provide some serious support here for Lalo. But yeah, it does look like we have the Flameflinger able to go in at the very top of the base there, and Headhunters and Ice Golem get the defensive out of the way there, also getting the Teslas out of the ground, and just providing tons of support in that area, and really setting up this Flameflinger to just move his way all the way through all those big defenses right there.
I love this setup for Van. Very beautiful Skelly Donut, getting down the CC, getting down the Monolith, getting to the most annoying things to deal with on any base. And he's going to go ahead and put the King in to deal with the Royal Champion. Remember, the Ice Golem and Headhunters dealt with the Queen on the right side where the Flameflinger is now. So now that Flameflinger can sweep through and essentially take out that whole compartment. Now the heroes will be able to dive in and potentially get to this Eagle Artillery, and then he'll just be able to Lalo right over and through the Town Hall. As a nice setup for Van. It's all about the remaining execution, but you know he's capable.
Yeah, but he only accounted for 4 of the Teslas, and so he sent in a balloon searching for the 5th, and the balloon draws it out of the ground there, and the Flameflinger will outrange it. He's getting everything in the area, and he's catching the entirety of the Tesla farm as collateral. That Flameflinger is doing some insane work there, but the King down on that bottom side there was able to move all the way through there, and he did some good work as there. He leaves the Phoenix behind. The Phoenix is going to get that ricochet cannon down, which is a nice pickup with the Royal Champion to cut across the core of the base there. She's got invisibility, doing a little bit of a spirit walk here, just going back and forth there, invisibility, and then the Spirit Fox, visibility and Spirit Fox, just running a Spirit Walk in the middle of the heroes and able to go in there and get a big chunk of that area of the base there down, wiping out the Eagle Artillery and making so there's no threats over there for the Lalo later on as it charges in on the right side. Also, I love that he's using the, we've been seeing this on multiple attacks there, where we see the Spirit Fox throw champion, but then we see the Diggy on the Warden, even in a Lalo attack there, and just getting stuns on critical targets like that Talon takedown, like that defensive Grand Warden, and now watch to Diggy here. Warden could direct that Diggy right into the Multi-Inferno and get another stun right there. And yep, it's a shutdown. Like, it's getting tons and tons of value there. And because it keeps going underground, it naturally stays protected.
Look at how many balloons Van has here. On all their Lalos, they are just overkilling these bases. And this is what's setting SE Esports apart. They're seeing these bases in a way that we talk about Lalo all the time being so good, but what's more impressive is the hero setup, the flinger setup, the Skelly Donut, the Zap, how they're utilizing all their tools to set up these Lalos to be that dominant at the end. It's another 3-star, and they take a commanding lead as Method to Madness has 2 time fails, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that road I love the road champion. Like, doing all that invisibility at the road champion,
right.
Like, you have so much going on at that same time that the fact that he's able to just pay so much attention to the road champion while everything else is going on and everything else gets set up there, that is like a very high level of skill there that most people are not able to manage, because like it's so easy to just go blind in these attacks here and just lose track of everything going on and really struggle to just manage all that at once and then still manage to keep the time efficiency where they do and never time fail, or very rarely time fail. When they do, they get like 1 war and end up with 14 stars, right?
Right. I mean, that's their misses. They're barely missing. But I mean, that's also been the case for Method to Madness this war. They're barely missing, but ultimately it's cost them 2 triples, and now they trail 9 stars to 7. They need a 3-star here. They got to get their time issues under wraps here and try to give themselves a chance. Lord Kirk had a beautiful attack in the last war. Let's see if he can respond. We got more Ice Hounds here with another zap into Lalo.
All right, using the Lightning, 6 on the Scatter Shot, 7 on the Ricochet cannon. Does have a lot of HP, so he just spreads the Lightning just a little bit there. There were no battle builders in the area that he didn't zap out initially, and so he wasn't have to worry about anything getting repaired while he spreads the Lightning. But he will go ahead and send that Blimp, but he gets caught in the Tornado Trap. That's a little bit of a problem here. Yeti's popping out. And Rage is down, and it looks like he will secure the Talent Takedown and, of course, get the full Clan Castle pull and establish funnels while he's at it. So I think overall, pretty well set up here. Now the question is, do we charge the right side or do we push heroes in the very bottom corner and try to get deep in the core?
There's your answer, Eric. He's going to go into the bottom side here. He's going to set it up here, take out the defending world champion with a couple of headhunters with that Ice Golem. Beautiful use of his tools there. Now he's going to go ahead and let the Queen deal with these Ice Golems. Maybe needs to support her just a little bit so she speeds up. Remember, time has been their issue, so you don't want time factoring in on this tech. The setup is really nice, but he's got to get through these Clan Castle and get these heroes pushing in.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to easily get through the Ice Golem's throw because he was able to pull him with the Blimp and fight him out in safety, out of the range of all the defenses there. So the Queen is able to just get him out of the way there, and now he'll start to make his way forward here, but he needs to get the defensive King under control here. So a Headhunter or 2 onto him will be critical. 1 will do the trick here to slow the King's attack speed down. He's got his King doing some great work out in front there, but he may want to pop his ability to get the splash damage from the Giant Gauntlet to get the ground skellies out of the way, but he's not going deep into the core. He's going to circle in the Town Hall compartment, but luckily the Queen is staying right there with him, so if he's going to go there, then you want them both to go there, but he's walking right out the other side. Where's this King going? He's going to wander off out in the trash again.
The King went for a quick trip at the gas station, got what he needed, and he's out the door, but he's going to support it with the Lalo over top, but it's a long path to this Eagle Artillery. Rage Star does go up, raging up the multi-target Inferno, the Queen, the Scatter Shot, but he does use the Warden ability, and here come those Ice Hounds. Remember, they'll pop off and they'll hit a freeze when they do pop. Does get the Queen down, so that's really nice. World Champion throws her Seeking Shield. She's supporting on the back end. Does he have enough gas to get through the back? The time is looking fine here, so that's not a huge issue. He's just going to get through this multi, and I think I like his chances here.
Yeah.
Lord Kirk. See, this is what I like about this Method to Madness team. Their closer spots at 3, 4, 5. They are really solid attackers, and they can really stick in there with any team.
Well, they got the triple that they need. If we see a defense on this next attack here, we got ourselves a very, very tight war going into the final exchange. So Method and Madness have done what they need to do here, but because of those time fails, they are down heavy here, and they're in desperate need of not just 1, but 2 defenses. But if they get them, there's a very, very high likelihood that they're able to pull through and take a win here.
Yeah, anything could happen. I mean, it's yet to happen. We've yet to see SE hit under a 14, but maybe this could be the war. Maybe this could be the one. I mean, personally, the way SEs and Lalos are going right now, I don't see it, but anything can happen in Clash of Clans esports. Lord Kirk, beautiful, well done. Zap into Lalo. I love that attack. I love what he's doing there on the whole day here. I think Lord Kirk has just had a really nice day, shown up for this Method of Madness squad when they need him the most. So yeah, they're down pretty big still in this war, or down a star, but they give themselves a chance. That's what I like to see. At the end of the war, you got to give yourselves a chance to win it.
Yeah, exactly. And they're right there. They have very, very good percentages on their misses. Like we said, they're all time fails. So if they imagine if they converted them right now, because I predicted going to this that we would have a double perfect war, and that's obviously not happening here. But let's see what happens here. Peivu is in for the 4th attack here for Savage Elite, and he's gonna once again put the faith into the Lalo. But can you really even call this a Lalo? There's no lava hounds. There's no ice hounds. It's just a lot of balloons. And I guess he's gonna run a queen charge with it. So, do you even need lava hounds in a Lalo, or is just taking 28 balloons enough instead?
Well, I mean, it's a queen charge balloon parade here. That's what we got on our hands. All right, so he just gets enough there for the queen, just to set a little bit of pathing, set up what he wants here. Maybe the queen was under pressure. Oh, see, he set up the pathing for the flame flinger. Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, remove the threats for it, right?
Yeah, see, this is the stuff these guys see that the average person doesn't think about. The queen only had to get a couple buildings there, get the mortar out, and now the flame flinger can come in and clear out that whole compartment. He's going to use the Yeti over here on the right side to take out this air defense and just set this one up the way he wants. And this is what the Lalo is all about. Setting up with the heroes, but kind of manipulating the base how you need to. Getting that air defense out there is huge. It might not seem like it, but with no lava hounds, you don't want that air defense picking off balloons.
Kind of surprised, honestly, that he didn't decide to run like Dragon Riders with this, because balloons feel like a very odd choice here. Like if I get all of the air defenses down and I got a queen charge moving, I feel like Dragon Riders could do some serious work on a base like this. I don't know why he chose balloons here, and only balloons with no hounds, but that also means he could end up facing some potential time issues because he's not generating like extra cleanup there from lava pups, but he is missing this multi-inferno and the eagle artillery, and Queen is taking a lot of damage here. She takes some eagle artillery strikes there. King's out in front of her, and I don't know how I feel about this right now, Bash. I'm really concerned about what this Queen is going to do with these healers getting wrecked as she passed right past that multi.
Yeah, the multi and the eagle staying up, but the flame flinger should maybe get over there. I don't know if it will actually. But
Down hole.
I mean, this could be the defense.
Come on. He's got the punch into it, but he used that one ability really, really early. And he does get the stun with the Diggy right there. He does secure the talent takedown, so he's lost the Queen, though.
Yeah, but he's still working through here. He's still got tons of balloons. Still got the Royal Champion throwing her Seeking Shield in there. It's really just the Eagle and the Multi, which, I was going to say the Super Dragon's working on, but it doesn't get to. Rages up to RC here. I think he's still fine here, Eric.
Somehow.
These attacks are so chaotic, but wait a second, did the RC go down? No,
now
she's fighting skeletons. Okay. So yes, RC will come over here, sweep through, finish us off. 30 seconds remaining will be enough time for the cleanup. Yeah, Eric, no worries on that. What was the panic?
I don't know. I'm very, very confused how he was able to deploy his road champion, I think like right on top of the defensive king. And then he got her to slip past. She must have.
Well, that's the Spirit Fox.
Yeah, but like
if the king doesn't target or damage anything around.
Did he use an invisibility right there to like make the king invisible to get her to walk on through? Like
I think she was like, I'm out of here. Yeet later.
Yeah, like, look at this. Look at this. The king was right there. Did he have the road champion right there as well, or did she deploy somewhere else?
Oh, she's on the left. She's on the left.
Oh, there she is. Okay,
she came from 6 o'clock, so she never even saw the king.
Yeah, I saw her like path in there with the balloons, and then she just ended up like, this is when I spotted her, was right about here.
Yeah.
When she was on the other side of the king, I was like, how the heck did she slip past him? But yeah, I mean, she ultimately is able to clutch into the back end of the base there, and I don't know how that tripled. I honestly have no idea. I think that 99.99% of players would have tried that attack there and failed, but not Peivu. He gets it done. No hounds necessary.
Well, I mean, he did have 3 headhunters for the king if the RC did get distracted. But Eric, I'll tell you how it tripled. He destroyed all the buildings. But
that's helpful. Yeah, that tends to do the trick there. But
but no, that was definitely a crazy attack. Props to Peivu on that attack. Stay away is our final attack for Method of Madness. They need a miracle. Let's be honest here. They need a triple here and then a 1-star for SE Esports, which could happen. Anything could happen. We've seen SE take some big risks in the past. Maxed out hero or Warden equipment there. Starting in with the Queen. He does have some healers. He does have some roots. But look at this. The King goes in and solos the Eagle Artillery. Now he's got the Battle Blimp going in, I'm assuming, for just the mono. I don't think he expects that to get all the way through, but he'll be able to pull off the Clan Castle, take out the mono, and then the Queen will be able to deal with those Clan Castle troops.
I love when the Blimp lands on top of all the headhunters and takes them all out. It gets the crash damage, kill all the archers and the headhunters right there, and he gets the monolith down, picks up a bomb tower. No rages necessary for that drop there, and he did a pretty good job of handling all that. And now the Queen charge to push over to the other side of the base here, but I feel like he wants her to take the turn and go into the town hall. And right now, she's kind of veering north. He's going to go ahead and pop into visibility, get her to redirect right there. That was very, very nice right there. And now she's on track here.
Yeah, she's right back where he needs her to be. And that's a nice little trick. You got to time that just right. It's a very useful trick to use, but if you don't time that right, the Queen's just going to continue walking up. So very nice use of the Viz for stay away here. Now the roots are going to come in from the top.
Ooh, healers!
Oh boy! They're barely hanging on.
They're alive.
One more and they're dead. If they get in that tornado, they're dead. Any little damage and those healers are dead. But ultimately, they are still alive. Let's see if we can get the Queen back up to full health before they get taken out. Roots are coming from the top side to support. This is all merging together nicely. Queen is under the single. Walks out. Beautiful there. Now he's got tons of roots. This is looking strong. Where's the RC? RC's right there in the mix of everything. This is looking really good so far.
I mean, healers with a fraction of HP are just as effective with healers as full HP. As long as they stay alive, then he keeps doing work here. And now they're not only staying alive, but they're switching over and healing up the Root Riders. And the Queen gonna get right in behind them. Full access to the backside of the base there with the Root Riders open up every single one of those buildings. And he's got everything engaged here. This is completely crushed. And I don't know how those healers survived. Like I feel like they should have gone down there, but yeah, that Warden can't even watch there. He disappears. He pulls out that John Cena skin and he's just out of there. But you can't see me. He's just gonna pop that RC ability, swing his back for that storage there, and maybe there's a chance here if they can find a one-star defense, because they've done everything they can now. They did go into this very heavy behind, but they have a chance.
Honestly, Eric, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's my favorite line in all of Clash Clans esports. The Warden going to his John Cena skin. You can't see me. Oh, it's so good, Eric. You're a genius for that one. Stay away, though, with the beautiful triple for Method Madness. They do what they need to in this war. It's a heartbreaker because we're so close to the double perfect, like you called, Eric. We're 7 buildings away from them being perfect. 2 time fails ultimately cost them, but we still have a chance for 1 perfect at least for SE Esports. We'll have to see if Jesus, I'm assuming that's who's the last attack, will be able to get that perfect war. Will they be perfect on both wars on broadcast? Yeah, that would be pretty cool, right?
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. I mean, Jesus is the man to pull it off here. He loves this Lalo attacks there. He likes to zap at Lalo, and this whole team is really lean on Lalo, and that's how you know you have a very skilled squad right there, because while a lot of people are just putting their faith into the Root Riders, which are honestly, they're a lot simpler attacks there. I'm loving Root Riders. I'm abusing them like crazy.
Same.
And I'm getting a lot of triples with them, and I can just kind of take it easy. It doesn't require as much planning, but if you have the patience and the forethought to be able to figure out exactly how to piece a base apart there with Lalo, it can be one of the strongest attacks in the game, and few players have as much experience with it as Jesus. Here we go. Final attack begins, stacking up freezes, 6 of them for this one, and level 21 Giant Gauntlet basic one for the Queen. And Warden gonna run a maxed out healing tome with the Eternal Tome. Almost every single one of the top pro players are now stepping away from the life gem and more heavily favoring the healing tome with the Eternal Tome as their Lalo favorites. And it's just awesome because the healing tome is so good in a variety of other attacks as well. So it's quickly becoming a favorite among the pros.
Eric, I will say that out of this whole SE team, in the past, we've seen Jesus take the biggest risks. So if you're Method to Madness, that's something to hang your hopes on, I guess. I mean, let's be honest, SE Esports is playing on another level lately. They are just crushing everything. You talked about it not only here in our SBS series, but in all tournaments. They have a really stacked lineup. I like what they're doing. Let's see what Jesus brings to the table. He's going to Lalo right through the Town Hall, so no big risk here for Jesus, as a Lalo will go through, but he does have to get that Town Hall activated. That is always a factor.
Yeah, notice how he gets the Hound to get through to the Town Hall there. Just picking off the air defenses in just the right way there so that Hound can cross through and go right over the Town Hall takedown. You see a lot of the top Lalo players running exactly like that, but the Town Hall is slow to go down here. So that high-level Turtle Tome, not even that can save those balloons from taking the blaster. But the heal, on the other hand, is topping these balloons back up, and they are recording. All right, well, that's doing the trick over there. Hound over the right side, more balloons over there. That multi-inferno on both parts of the base there is going to be the last line of defense, but the Queen will break the wall there, pop her ability, get one of the multis down. Over to the right side, he's got the defensive world champion trying to hold back that other one. But, all right, defensive world champion, a multi could be trouble here, Bash.
Maybe, but he's still got Queen there. He's still got spells. It's only trouble if he wants it to be trouble because he has the resources.
Yeah, he's got spells for days. I didn't see that. Yeah, I forgot he had 6 freezes. Yeah, all right, well.
It's only trouble if he wants it to be trouble. He's got super minions popping out here. Can we rewind the tape back to the predictions? I believe I said 15-13 SE Esports. That's the war. That's the final, and SE remains undefeated.
6-0. Going for a perfect season here in the challenge phase of the tournament, and I mean they're already booked their ticket into challenge finals, but that is a very, very strong performance for them.
Very beautiful war. They are 6-0, so nice performance for SE Esports. Get the job done. Very commanding attacks for this squad. That's what you like to see. So they'll move into next week looking to get that final victory and remain undefeated, moving into challenge finals. 7-0 would be very, very impressive. Here it is, another perfect.
That's absolutely crazy there. Like, there's only a couple teams in the world right now that are consistently, getting the perfect wars there. Like, the only ones I can really think of are like the world champions now playing under the name Anarchia. You have like Navi and Tribe Gaming. So the fact that SE Esports is playing on this level to be even listed with those other teams there shows that this is a world-class team playing at the highest level of this game right now.
Not only that, but yes, they're undefeated overall, but they also have only had 2 non-perfect wars out of all of those, and those non-perfect wars were still 14-star wars. They have almost been completely flawless for 3 weeks of this season so far. I mean, have we ever had that happen before?
No. Not that dominating. Not
like,
that dominating. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And I'm pretty sure one of those was like just a time fail on one of those 14s, if I remember right. These guys are just playing out of their mind. I mean, they're going to be tough to stop going into challenge. I mean, obviously, the game will evolve. We'll have to see how everything keeps going. But like you mentioned earlier, Eric, as the dates go on, they're just going to get more levels on that hero equipment. Their heroes are just going to get stronger.
Yeah, but I mean, they are not just getting triples and these crazy scores, but like it seems like half of the attack or more just have an enormous amount of swag on top of everything else there. So like they're not just taking bases down, they are completely deleting them. They are just knocking them out of the park. They're so hard here. These guys will be afraid to run them again there because now it's out on broadcast. And now everybody will be like, well, now we know how to take that base down. So they just got to go try to copy it. Although I don't know that most people even could. Even if they like saw exactly how to take that base down, that they're so intricate with the way they attack that I don't think even most people could replicate it.
Yeah, they have deservedly been at the top since the beginning of this season, and it'll be interesting to see how they close that out if they're able to maintain that undefeated record. But you guys asked for it throughout the show. We'll take a look at the leaderboard now that we have everybody done so we can see those final numbers where everybody sits after week number 3. Obviously, SE Esports at the top, 6-1. But Underworld X, you guys were wondering where they sat. They've now jumped above UG after beating them, and Underworld X is now 4-1.
Wow. I honestly, like I said, I wish we would have saw them on broadcast tonight. Unfortunately, scheduling didn't work out for that, but we will see them next week looking to punch their ticket into finals. But Eric, look at that middle of the pack. 2-3-2, 2-2-3. Week 4 is going to be so much fun.
I mean, Underworld X is technically up at the top there, but like I don't know that they're even 100% secured right now because so many other teams are like hot on their tail. We could end up with like a multi-way tie. I'm sure there's a bunch of different ways that they could play out there, but I mean, I guess we'll have to see week 4 because it feels like every single time we reach week 4, it is chaos to secure these other 4 spots.
Your homework is going to be to go back and work out all of the potential outcomes for next week, because I think it's going to be hard to to keep track of all of it. I'm very interested to see how it goes. We'll show you guys a schedule for at least what we have when it comes to those on-stream matches. Bash mentioned it. There's going to be a few next week that are really, really important here.
Underworld X versus Omni is huge. I mean, even We Stay Active versus UG. UG's 3-2. So
yeah.
If We Stay Active could upset UG, UG could be really interesting. And then we got UG at the bot. Oh man, the whole lineup is just stacked. Not to mention we got 3 offline matches.
Yeah, and I feel like in a lot of these, like if the team with the lower record ends up winning, then it levels out everything. Like I feel like every single one of those matches is going to be extremely impactful on the overall outcome. And so if we see some upsets out of the teams that are holding the lower records on any of these matches, then it is going to make the center of the pack there so insanely tight. We're gonna be figuring out tiebreakers.
I was gonna say, do you think we need a tiebreaker? We need a tiebreaker. It's gonna be insane.
That's crazy, guys. Make sure you come back the same time, same place, because we're gonna be here casting these wars. Oh man, you don't want to miss that. It's gonna be a crazy week.
Final thoughts on today, Eric. First week in the studio, and this is what you get.
I just want to I want to give a shout out to Max, last season's champion. Plus, he was able to just like be the heart of that team. He's running for SE Esports there. He had one of the coolest attacks of the night there, that Warden Walk into Spirit Walk into Root Riders. That was one of the coolest attacks I've seen in quite a while here. Very, very impressive stuff right there, and just shows you how good this SE team is. And I'm very excited to see what they have in the future.
I mean, I'm thinking about Underworld X personally. I mean, we haven't got to see them a lot on broadcast, but we've seen them at LAN finals before, and they've upset and been really close to upsetting a lot of big teams. So I think this Underworld X team is someone to keep our eyes on next week. But who's going to be SE? That's the real question. Our middle of the pack is going to be really fun, but who's going to be SE when it comes to finals? That's my thought.
Well, SE Esports is now officially the first team to 100% have punched their ticket through to Challenge Finals, which means there's only 3 more spots available. And we saw just how close that 4th place bubble is going to be between all of our teams, which means next week's going to be insanely exciting. And you have to be back here at the same time, tuning in to see how all of it plays out, because I don't even think that we could begin to guess at how it will go. As always, a huge thank you to Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy, Monster Energy, DHL, and the U.S. Air Force for helping us to make this whole thing possible. And of course, a huge thank you to everybody at home for joining us and watching. We'll see you next week.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got the time, put me in, coach. I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go train. Gotta get a win, I won't lose the game. This is my year, I ain't gonna break. Strap in, cause it's gonna be a long ride. Working on me every single day and night. There comes a time when your worlds will collide. If it's holding you back, push it right to the side.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here.
On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal. On another level, I will never settle. Mind over matter, get the gold medal.
Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. Ain't got no time for no fear. I work too hard to get here. I don't got put me in, coach. I've been going hard, time to let it show. Everything raw, give it to me now. Let me have the spot, man, it's going down. Gotta get it here, I don't wanna wait. Take what I want, then I go.